Um, Good evening. We're back after a little bit of a layoff. I had some family matters that I had to attend to, so that's why we didn't play last week. But we've returned for more Pathfinder: Rise of the Runelords. So let's get into the recap. Last week, you guys sort of witnessed a reconciliation of sorts between Shalelu, who had been traveling with you, and her stepfather, Jakardros, as you guys had rescued him and his Black Arrow compatriots from the clutches of the Grawl Ogrekin family. Um, After a little back and forth between NPCs and you guys basically set yourselves to the task of going back into the farmhouse, specifically to the basement, to see if you could recover the gear that belongs to the Black Arrows, in sort of to further the efforts of retaking their base, Fort Rannick, from the ogres themselves. So you headed inside, downstairs. You came across a group of pretty big and nasty donkey rats, and they were sort of obeying the commands of one of the last remaining ogrekin on the property. You guys demolished the ogre in short order. Um, the rats proved to be a bit more of a frustration than they probably should have been. One of them uh, would have fled at the end. Jareem had basically allowed it to run away, but Dino, as a Mega Raptor, wasn't having any of that shit, and he chased it down and made a nice little snack out of it. Proceeding a bit further in the basement to the southwest, you guys came across two sets of double doors, one of which led to a room that smelled of moss and sort of like just dank, like moist air that had been kind of just circulating for far too long.
Smells like dank.
Yeah, and this led to you all discovering that the room was in fact occupied by a large tendriculose creature. Um, this It didn't really make a lot of sense as to why such a creature would be down here in an ogrekin farm, but nonetheless, you guys used some basically guerrilla tactics, I would have to say, where you kick the door open. Dino threw out a flame strike spell. Urzlin blasted it with her rifle for, what was that, her third crit of the night at that point, and you guys basically finished the fight before it even started, as he reduces HP to basically one hit, like during the surprise round. So if they're finishing it off, you guys collected the gear that belongs to the Black Arrows from a small room to the north. There were a few additional items in this coffer that the ogres had been keeping. It was mostly coins and costume jewelry, with the exception of one magic pair of gloves, which I believe were just given to Chopper to hold on for the time being, with the thought that perhaps Edge would want them should he return. So after that, you guys brought the gear back to the Black Arrows, and they were thankful for the help. And just before we ended, Dino was sort of steering the conversation back to what he believed, and I'm sure the Black Arrows would agree, is the more pressing matter, which is figuring out how to retake Fort Rannick and deal with the other Lamia, being Zanisha's older sister, Lucretia, who is still out there causing problems. So that's where we left off. we'll start from there, and we're going to begin with Vale, which is the bigger guy. He's going to pull something out of his one of his pockets. It is a piece of parchment, and I'm going to make this visible to all of you now. You should be able to see it now. It is handout 3-1. He hands you a sort of like crudely drawn map of Fort Rannick itself.
What a pretty picture.
And he begins pointing out certain locations, such as the gates. There is the southern gate, as well as an eastern gate. There is a smaller gate next to the southern one, within the wall of the fort. He points that out. He says, "This is the gate that we use to release any sort of like sewage and refuse into the creek that's nearby." He also suggests that near there's a waterfall nearby that has a cave. He says that those are secret tunnels that could be utilized to get into the fort without alerting the ogres. He says that anyone who's capable of flying could certainly do so from above, get in the fort that way. There's an eagle. There's an eagle area at some point above the fort that allows for an approach from another hidden ledge and a tunnel. Allows you to potentially get into the fort from the north. He mentioned some other things offhandedly, like that the ogres. He points it out as he sees that Jareem has the Sahedron medallion. He points out that the symbol on it, the Sahedron rune itself, is something that the ogres recognize as the mark of sort of their boss, their like master. That's kind of like pulling the strings from their point of view. He thinks that perhaps they can be tricked if you were to play that up.
We're pretty good at that.
The last thing he says is that he mentions that he had heard of some people who think that because he doesn't know what you guys know about ogres, or so he says, I know that some adventurers like yourselves or other groups, they like to only operate in the dark. That might not be the best idea, as ogres can see pretty well in the dark. So if you can't, it's going to be a bigger problem than it is an edge for us.
Well, I think this calls for a rest in the smoke.
Perhaps, but talking about it right now isn't that bad of an idea.
Kate just shrugs and says, I think we should maybe get everyone to a safer spot. Kind of looking around a bit. Just being like,
Nah, it's fine here.
Okay.
He, Vale, looks at everyone and says, okay, well, I'm fine with talking about it here or really anywhere else, but in any event, we should really come to an agreement on a plan here. Do you have any questions for us about the fort? Anything maybe you don't know that we could help you figure out?
Do you know any other ways in or out? Do you know the ways of like any of the patrols? Is there a safe way for us to get back in if we leave now? There are so many questions.
I have a good idea.
Oh fuck! Here comes the wild card. What do you got?
Vale once again points out the two main gates, the eastern and the southern gate. He points out the sort of like sluice gate that is the refuse release gate. Um, he points towards the secret tunnels. He does mention that the secret tunnels do the secret tunnels are not completely empty, or rather unoccupied. He says that at times there are groups of shocker lizards that go in there to either just take shelter from bad weather, or occasionally they'll even try to breed there.
Now, how the people who can be tricked, how easily can they be tricked?
Ogres, ogres are dumb.
They
Now,
believe in gods.
now, no, there's no guarantee that you'll be able to trick the leaders like that, though. And if they take you straight to the leaders, that could go bad pretty quickly.
Well, you haven't
Before
met
we move
me.
on, I just gotta ask, out of character, did anybody else just get the overwhelming urge to start singing secret tunnels?
I did.
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of shocked
Sorry,
that nobody
moving
did.
on.
I said
You're
it
You're
was
saying-
saying
moment, Tim.
yourselves. Okay, continue. I'm sorry, Jareem, continue.
well. I do have these ember berries, and we could dress maybe either me or Dino up as like maybe one of their deities or avatars, and fucking feed him an ember berry and make him believe that he's one of their gods. God of fire. Dinosaur god of fire. I'm just spitballing here, people.
I like
Val-
the idea, Dream.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Keep in mind that if the ogres are anything like these ogrekin but bigger, they may be dumb, but I'm guessing they pack a nasty punch.
Now listen, you're a dinosaur.
Uh-huh.
Now if we feed you an ember berry and you appear as if that you're on fire as a dinosaur, then you could very well be mistaken for a god. No? Yes?
Perhaps I can't talk as one.
No. I'll be your messenger to the people. Your delightful owl shaman messenger.
Jakardros cuts in and he says, these ember berries, how
Yes?
can they be used to start a fire?
Absolutely. I think. I haven't tried them yet, but I'm assuming.
For sure a tinderbox would do the job just fine.
As long as you remain calm, they can't hurt you. But I'm not sure about the surroundings.
Well, the reason I ask is because there's a structure in the fort. We've always known it as the new barracks, even though they've been built a couple decades ago. We didn't use them for very long, as when they were built, well, let's just say not a lot of care was taken to what would happen if there was a fire in the fort.
So we're just talking good old-fashioned destruction.
Well, I mean, if I'm a betting man, and again, I agree with Vale, the ogres are dumb, there's a decent chance that they're housing a few of their number in the barracks. Could always just light it up and see what happens.
Yeah, we could do that. Maybe I can even, if we find somewhere to rest, maybe like an inn with a bench or something, maybe I can make a few cocktails.
You're gonna make a bunch of Molotovs and have Babu drop them, aren't you?
I could drop him myself.
Yeah,
I fly,
he could drop himself. Yeah.
Oh dear lord, he can.
He just raises a hand in horror, mouth agape, and then just slowly lowers it and goes, "We're gonna die."
That will be fun.
Makes you say that.
Bombing fire owl.
It's a good thing for you.
Okay.
Bad thing for them.
Okay. Kate just sits down, cross-legged, and goes, "Okay, tell me when we're going."
I could even. Now I'm getting some ideas. We could even fill the structure with some something that makes them freak out. Maybe it'll affect some more surrounding ogres, and maybe we wouldn't even have to do anything. Trip them the fuck out, make them fight each other. I have something for that.
Well, Jakardro speaks up again. I have another idea for something similar.
Poison the water supply. I like it.
No. There's this resource that you can harvest from the surrounding region. It's called bitter bark.
Like it already.
So occasionally, I mentioned the shocker lizards. They, like I said, or like Vale said, they sometimes use the secret tunnels as a breeding ground. If they happen to be there, then we can collect some of this bitter bark, and similarly to the plan with the barracks, you can light it up and put it in some strategic places, and potentially could smoke them out, make them come up from the tunnels into the fort, and if they're angry, perhaps they would attack the ogres.
I'm gonna.
I don't know
So
what I
agitate
know
the
about
animals.
shocker
That's
lizards.
a good idea. Wait, so I'm gonna roll nature because I don't know anything about bitter bark.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see if I know anything about bitter bark.
All right. You know enough to know that Jakardros was pretty much spot on with how it can be used in this manner. Basically, as he said, like, you harvest it, you gently light it, and again, you place it in areas that you want to create a good thick smoke. The smoke of bitter bark is known to kind of sicken and repulse anything that's around it.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Now we're talking.
So if you place it in such a way that it'll kind of send the lizards running towards the ends of the tunnels that lead into the fort, there's a good chance that they'll become aggressive and potentially attack the ogres.
Out of character, I'm missing some notes on some of my supplies.
That's okay. I can dig those up.
The oil of continual flame.
All right, yeah, I'll look that up and I'll make sure to add that.
Okay. And chokevine and weird lock. I forget what both of those do also.
Okay.
How much do I know about shocker lizards, as I can even transform into one of them?
I bet you could talk to him.
You can roll nature if you want to know more.
Let's
see.
29.
I'm gonna pass Vale. I'm gonna take a swig of my blackberry brandy and pass it to Vale. Right, thanks for the info, but
yeah, he gladly accepts the brandy and takes a healthy swig of it himself. Okay, so Dino, you know that shocker lizards by themselves are not much to worry about. But they tend to operate in packs, and so they can eventually overwhelm enemies of theirs if they're left unchecked. They are immune to electricity damage. They can climb and swim in addition to having a pretty good foot speed. They also instead of utilizing their teeth to bite foes, they can get up next to them and release an electric shock with to one target that is adjacent to it. As far as what else they can do, they are known for being very stealthy and difficult to knock off their feet.
I have an idea. We can do both of these plans. I could probably make some smoke bombs out of the bitter bark, and then we could burn down the structure anyway. I'll just need someone else to plant the smoke bombs or set the structure on fire. Hit him with a double whammy.
Can't guarantee I can convince them. I mean, I'm pretty good with animals and I get a bonus with reptiles, but there's still a risk they may not want to help.
That's why we got the smoke bombs.
No, it's not about making them want to help. It's about forcing the issue. Vale says he says you set up the bitter bark in the right places, they're not going to have any choice. And if they get uppity about it, then they're not going to care what's in front of them. They're gonna attack.
All right.
I'm ready.
The question is, after forcing the shocker lizards to attack and bombing the ever-living shit out of them, then what? As I said before, ogres hit hard, so I'd rather not handle too many of them at once.
You can turn into a giant dinosaur.
He says,
True, and like 2 or 3 of them can't overpower me, I'm thinking.
Vale just says, well, I mean, you know, it's likely that the ogres will kill the shocker lizards, but they'll be weakened and most importantly disorganized.
It's all tactics, baby.
And then we take down one group at a time. I like it.
Jareem's gonna go work on plans for a smoke bomb.
The thing about ogres is that, especially these ogres, you know, assaulting things, that's something an ogre can do pretty easily. Mounting an organized defense, not so much.
Well, let's just hope their Lamia Mass doesn't screw that over.
True. They certainly have the numbers, and they certainly have some powerful allies. At least that's how it looks. But we can
It's a
outsmart
rough
them.
estimate. How many ogres are there?
Let me see if they know the number of ogres.
Do ember berries ignite, or do they just cause you to catch fire when you eat them?
They cause you to become sort of like engulfed in fire, but it's relaxing to you.
Right. So that we can use for the structure. I mean, we could just give someone the ember berry and just have them flap around in the fucking barracks. But I'm gonna need something that sparks to ignite the bitter bark in my smoke bombs. So we might need to take.
Well, at least some of you have torches, I think. So.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess that's true. I was
Uh,
kind of going for the throw and blow kind of effect, but
oh, true. Yeah. Well, to Dino's question, Jakardris and Vale both shake their heads. They say, we couldn't tell you an exact number. We can assure you that there are a lot of them.
Let me be exact, just a rough estimate of how many we should be expecting.
If I had to guess, probably at least 25 or 30.
We'll be fine.
I didn't hear that. What was it?
At least 25 or 30, he said.
Yikes.
And we could also put some
Oh,
red
as much as I
top in
like smoking them out and attacking them with chakra lizards, something tells me we're still going to need a little bit more to take down 20 to 30 orcs.
there. We can go full sabotage if you guys will be with me. Because I got a bunch of stuff that I've been piling up for this whole fucking time that I haven't used yet.
That's a fair point. You do have a shitload of odds and ends in your inventory.
I mean, we can... Ogres drink, right? They gotta drink, the big boys. They gotta drink a lot. So maybe if we get in there, we can put some of this red time in their ale and just wait for it to fucking take them over. And they'll all just start killing each other. We might not even have to deal with them.
Well,
Or at the very least, deal with less.
We could spike a shipment, disguise someone as a merchant. Little peace offering, Trojan horse with red time.
I mean, what's stopping them from just stealing the shipment from whoever comes up to their door, which is probably something they would normally do anyway. Brute force
fine
them,
if-
thank you for the shit and goodbye.
I mean, if they steal the
Are you gonna fake
shipment,
getting beat up? Are you gonna fake getting beat up?
if they steal the shipment, they're still gonna drink it. That's what we want.
Cade's like on board with this. Cade's like processing this out of character, so you know. Cade like, so one of us just has to pretend to be the dumbass salesman who gets his shit kicked in and the thing's quote unquote stolen, and then our problems are solved.
That's even a better idea. Make them, make it their idea. Make them think that they earned that fucking. Yeah, now you're thinking, Cade.
Cade just kind of grins and goes, "So we trick people into stealing from us and then poison them with the goods."
Yes,
Okay, I'm on board.
this is how we do it in my universe.
Cade just kind of looks and
We're
goes,
going to talk more
"Okay,
about that.
What was that?
I'm gonna join you there."
you guys certainly have some interesting thoughts on this.
Tactics, baby.
Cade also shrugs and goes, "Also, going in and just cold-blooded murdering all of them, including now the tiny little humans, I am okay with. I
Yeah,
think
but
humans
work
in
smarter, not
quotation
harder.
marks.
That's what we learned in this adventure.
Make them
Cade
kill
learns
each
to
other.
kill all ogres. I now know, don't let anyone live, even if they're tiny.
Very
I say
important
that very
lesson.
sadly. That's weird. I don't like it. And fine.
They're ogres, Kay. They deserve it.
We
Okay,
should start
fine.
preparations after arrest then. We should probably stop at the town and get the supplies, because this might take a little bit of gold.
Not
Cade
only
nods.
that,
Yeah,
but keep in mind,
probably.
Ursland has been infected by a disease, so I'm going to need at least one day to cure that.
Yeah,
That should be fine.
all of the black arrows kind of look at each other and say, "Yeah, we'll definitely take a day or two to recover
if
ourselves."
not treated, I will die, right?
That's why I mentioned it, Ursland.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Dream.
Oh, suck it up.
You know,
There's
Infected
also
by a dangerous disease. Suck it
going-
up.
there's also Cade's
scratch.
ability damage, which could
I'm
prove to
going
be
to
an
try
issue.
to scratch Dream and rub my blood into him.
I'm gonna counter that with blowing sleepy salts into her face.
Isn't that a Constitution save?
Okay, so Urslan, you're going to make a
I guess
Yeah.
I could shoot him. Because
Oh,
to cause
no.
an open wound.
Oh,
Or can
no,
I scratch?
you
What would a scratch be?
you said you're gonna scratch, so just hit the
Yeah.
hit the melee button.
Yeah, I gotta go on my sheet. Hold on. Dunk.
14. That's a miss.
Okay.
And then Jareem, you and All right, so your sleepy salt. Where is that on your?
The funniest part is, even if she scratched me, it wouldn't have worked anyway because I have the medallion.
It protects you against disease.
Yeah, he's wearing the disease medallion. Oh yeah, sleepy
Why
salt.
did you give that to me? It's not like you get into battles, really.
So I can't experience addiction, so I can do as many drugs as I want.
Oh, but is a disease medallion?
Yeah, addiction's a disease.
No, addiction's a choice.
Not in this game.
He's actually right. Addiction is written as a disease in this game.
Okay.
So yeah, let's say you're blowing the sleepy salt in Ursulin's face.
Was
That's
it a con save, right?
it's gonna give her the effects, so she gets 5 temporary hit points.
Oh, yay. That's a good thing, right?
As we plan to burn down a huge portion of the ogre stuff, I'm planning to get a whole bunch of fire spells so I can breathe fire and have laser eyes. It'll be glorious.
Yeah, so those temporary hit points. Well, yeah, you're gonna make you make a Constitution check. I shouldn't have just given you the hit points. Make a Constitution check to avoid. All right, so yeah, you avoid inhaling the sleepy salt, so none of the effects occur.
God damn it, they don't make this stuff as potent as it should be.
You know you can concentrate it, right?
Well, now I do.
The man's an alchemist. He can figure it out.
Oh, that's another thing. Oh, I got so much stuff.
All right. So the move is back to town then, I presume.
Back to town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Start
prepping.
Like I said, the black arrows tell you that they will need probably a couple of days to recuperate before they feel ready to attack. But
one more question I would like to ask real quick.
Yep.
I know ogres are usually rely on brute strength, but did you see any of them have any ranged weaponry on them?
Well, yeah, most of them carry either javelins or throwing axes. They might have one of their number who can cast spells as well, but I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, spell thing is annoying, but roughly how much range does a javelin and axe have?
That's actually a good question. I think, well, given ogres, they can yeet that shit pretty far. But let's see here. Javelin has a 30-foot range, and throwing axe has a 10-foot range.
All right. So my plan might work out as well as Dreams. Attack from above.
All right, so yeah, you all arrive back in the town. It is around sunset.
All right, Jareem's gonna immediately go figure out where he can buy, like, shit. I guess, what, like 5 kegs of ale? Maybe more.
Well, let's see here. So yeah, you decide that the best place for you to ask about something like that would be the Bottoms Up Tavern. You walk inside, and there are a few customers right now, but the place is mostly empty. These customers basically they all just look like they're fishermen that are just done for the day. Behind the bar is a couple of halflings.
My favorite. They know how to party.
The female sort of like hops up onto a stool so that she can be more like eye level with you, and she says, "You're an unfamiliar face. Welcome to the Bottoms Up. What can I get you?"
I need. Well, first, let me ask your opinion on something.
Sure.
If I were to get a whole fort of ogres drunk, how many kegs of ale would I need?
Well, that's
Hypothetically speaking, of course.
it's not a question I expected to hear today. That's for sure.
Never is.
Well, I would say is the more the better, but you need at least a few kegs, I would think.
Okay. Next question. How much would, say, 7 kegs run me?
Let's Jesus Christ. All right, I got to look up prices. She's like thinking for a moment, and she's like, "Man, do we even have that much?"
5 would probably do, but 7's. I like 7.
Okay, I'll look up measurements for how many gallons are in a keg. All right. She says, "Well, 7 kegs of ale, huh?"
About that.
Let me see what I have downstairs. And she like hops down and goes to the basement. The male halfling was just kind of sitting there, kind of nursing a drink of his own. He looks like he's got some whiskey, and he's just sort of taking it all in. He's like, "Did I hear you right? You're gonna go get some ogres drunk?"
Care to assist?
Oh, gods no. They'll squish me flat. I just can't help but wonder why you'd want to do such a thing.
Well, I haven't gotten that far yet. But it's something about saving a fort.
I like your style.
Thank you.
At this point, the female comes back up. She says, "Well, yeah, you're in luck. I've got everything you need. That's gonna come out to 20 gold for the lot."
Huh. That's not bad at all. I'll give her 50. Like, keep the change.
Oh, well, thank you. That's rather kind of you.
Just don't tell the ogres I was here. And Jareem's gonna wink and walk out with the kegs.
Yeah, so about that. The kegs are pretty heavy. We're talking like, geez, I feel like the weight is off here that they have listed, so I'm gonna adjust that.
So he's gonna try and pick up a keg, figure out he can't do it, and then he's gonna say, "I'll be right back."
Well, no. I think you'd be able to carry it. Let me see what your capacity is here. You got no, not that. Here we go. Yeah. So, yeah, you're able to lift it, lift them one by one. You basically just have to make like a trip for each keg, like to and from the inn that you're staying at, or the only inn in town rather, which is the Turtles Parlor, which is just next door. So it's a short trip.
I'm gonna turn around and also ask her where I can rent a cart.
Rent a cart?
Like a a bigger cart for kegs.
Hmm.
A carriage, if you will.
Well, we don't have a stable here in town. You could try the general store, but I don't know if they'd be able to help you there.
Tim,
Yep.
All right.
with wood shape, could I essentially make us a carriage?
Um. Let me read the description of the spell. So yeah, you would need. I mean,
I'm sure we could buy lumber.
the thing is, you need one like really big single piece of wood to make this happen. It would have to be your maximum given your level would be 18 cubic feet. There's also a 30% chance that it would not work as the shape involves moving parts. But you could do it given a large enough piece of wood.
You know, I may have gotten a
Would
surplus
a
of
local
ale.
tree do the trick?
We could trade for a cart.
Could you? Oh, you're asking? You could just turn a tree into a cart. Potentially, yeah. I mean, as long as the tree isn't too large for the spell, it's possible.
All right, awesome. Then I'll see why not. When we're ready, I'm gonna become a triceratops and just knock it over.
Okay. So yeah, I'll keep that in mind for the prep.
All right.
but
So
for
I guess
now-
I'm moving the kegs. Where am I moving them? To the inn?
Yeah, just to there. Like just a little to the south is right there is the inn.
Okay. And I guess I'll. Where am I going to find? I need something that'll spark up real nice on impact. I wonder if they have a guy for that over here. Fireworks or something. Firecracker without a fuse.
Given the sort of what the kinds of stock that the general store had, being rather simple stuff, I think it's probably not too likely that there's anybody selling explosives here.
Mm, maybe I'll ask one of these rough-looking bastards over here, the Black Arrows.
Okay. Yeah. So, you go to talk to them about the explosives, or whatever you're looking for, really.
I need something that sparks or ignites pretty well on impact, enough to ignite the brittle bark to cause an instantaneous cloud of smoke.
Jakar just thinks for a moment and he says, well, I'm sure if you just douse the bitter bark in enough oil, you could probably do it that way. You know, torch oil, lantern oil, something like that. That could probably work. Because the bitter bark itself, it'll burn up quickly, but the smoke will persist for a while, and throwing it into a tunnel, it's got really nowhere to go, so it should do the trick. I don't think you'll need anything special for that.
All right. I'll just draw the blueprints for what I want and make it later.
All right. So, does anybody else have anything they want to do before potentially rest or otherwise?
I'm gonna put tincture of red thyme. I guess I'm using all of it.
Okay.
In the kegs.
All right. So, yeah, you got enough to put a small amount in each keg. No real way of knowing how effective it's going to be, but like I said, there's enough for each of the kegs.
Okay, maybe I'll make more first then, or tincture.
Okay. Yeah. You could do that basically like before you go to sleep.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So you go ahead and you make a few more vials. So yeah, everybody ends up at the sort of parlor, the only inn in town. Upon seeing some of the black arrows return, the human male innkeeper grows excited, as he had not seen any of the black arrows in a while, and this absence had been rather upsetting to him. They Jakardros and Vale go ahead and tell the story of how the group of you basically broke into the Grawl farmstead and freed them from certain death. And the innkeeper, upon hearing the story, has basically just comped everyone's room for the night. So free room for everyone.
Yes.
He does raise an eyebrow at Jareem and all of his ale that he's brought in, but he kind of just brushes it off as being cause for celebration, I guess. So the ale doesn't really bother him all that much.
Oh yeah, I should probably warn all of you, don't drink these.
Is that the stuff?
That's the stuff.
Got it.
It's gonna be more of the stuff, but I gotta work on it.
All right. So you guys bed down for the night. Wake up the next morning. Cade's ability damage that they've taken is reduced by 1. Guys also recover hit points. So Cade and Cat are full. Babu is... What is Babu's? Constitution. Okay, nothing. So he gets that many hit points back. Chomper is topped up. And then there's the rest of the black arrows, and as well as Kib. They recover their hit points. I'll do theirs in a minute. So you guys wake up the next morning. The black arrows are already up by the time you guys get downstairs. The three of them are still kind of feeling the effects of everything that went down. So
I'm gonna go up and ask Vale, ignoring the fact that he's still run down. Hey, you guys got like maybe like a cart I could use to transport these kegs? You guys look like you have some resources or used to.
well, yeah, emphasis on the used to. That would all be in the fort.
Nothing. You don't got a guy over here. Nothing. Trying to help you out, man. Come on.
Yes, and we appreciate it, but I don't have a guy that's crazy enough to go into a fort of ogres himself and try to recover a cart.
Doesn't matter. Dream, I have a plan.
All right.
First, I have to attend to Urslan. Speaking of which, I'm gonna need your help with that.
Okay. Cade, make yourself look like a merchant. Buy some silky clothes or something.
Kate just goes say less and just starts literally unloading like a bunch of shit out of their bag. Because while Jareem was doing all this shit, Kay was just going and getting their stuff ready. So Kay put a fucking tiny little table in their fucking bag of holding. A fucking like a little tablecloth they took from the inn. Anika, they're gonna give it back. They swear. And then they're gonna set up all these little trinkets and goods of all the random shit we've had, and I'm gonna have that for sale. And
I
then
feel like
I'm
both
gonna.
Dream and Kate have been waiting for this exact moment.
Just don't put out anything that you don't want to get stolen, because they're probably gonna steal it from you.
It just kind of realizes again that I am not, in fact, actually being a merchant and starts putting away the more expensive magical items and leaves out everything we had planned.
So Shalelu watches Cade setting all this stuff up, and notices that Cade, due to like, you know, the ability damage that you suffered, like doing this is like more of a labor than it probably should be for you normally.
Yeah, my excitement tries to cover it, but I am definitely kind of like getting exhausted from doing this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hand her some
Wait, where did
sharpshooter.
that come
and
from?
she notices, where did what come from?
The
Murder?
minus to abilities.
Murder? The
Oh.
last fight.
Yeah, that was from did Mammy do that?
Amy did not do that. She was focused on me the entire time.
You dog.
It was when war big brawl with all the ogres and the spider.
Oh, it was the spider, probably.
Yeah, it could have been that. I forget exactly which enemy it was, but yeah, Cade had been suffering from a total of -5 to strength and dexterity from 2 separate attacks.
Fucking hell.
1 day's rest
You
makes
said I
that
got
-4, but again, no, Shalelu, this is what I'm getting to here. So Shalelu notices that, you know, Cade is still struggling, and she hands Cade a potion, and Shalelu just says, "Drink this, you'll feel better."
Kay just kind of looks at Shalelu and goes, I have no idea what's in this, but I trust you, and then just downs the hatch, like chugs the potion.
Okay, roll 1d4 for me.
Oh no.
No, it's a good thing. Okay.
No, I know, but with my luck and my rolls, that's more of what I'm saying oh no to.
So that was a potion of lesser restoration. You've recovered two more points from the ability damage.
Okay.
Shalelu looks at you and kind of just says, "Yeah, I can tell you're not there yet."
No,
Here's-
no, I'm not. You're.
She slides you another one.
And Kay just kind of goes a little wide-eyed and goes, "Those are expensive."
Yes, well, consider it repayment for rescuing my stepfather.
Kay just downs the other one.
All right, roll another one. All right, so yeah, Cade is totally cured.
Hey.
Nice.
Jareem's also gonna go up to Cade and just be like, "Hey, so when you're doing this, ogres are stupid. So just appeal to their stupidity. Make it be like it's a gift. Tell them that they're smart and huge and strong and we're inferior, and this is just a token of our gratitude for, conquering our land and our weak leaders."
Looks at them and goes, "Wait, aren't I just pretending? And aren't they supposed to rob me?"
That's the this plan is in segments. If that doesn't work, then they'll probably rob you anyway. So just
Okay,
try
but-
not to get hurt. But
Okay, so get them to take the stuff.
yeah, just be like, I'm giving it to you guys. It's a gift. I like you guys. You're smart, big ogres.
It's treaty to if I keep giving you stuff, will you not kill me in return?
Right.
I'm new to the area and I'm a merchant and the villagers have warned me about you guys, but instead of heeding warnings, I want to just say that I think you guys are extremely strong and I respect that strength and I want to give you things in protection of you not murdering me.
Perfect. And I'll have Babu watching you from above.
All right.
Okay.
That's a good plan. Now, Jareem,
Um,
need your help, please.
Okay, let's do it.
Alright, I'm gonna go over to Urslan because I prepared all my level 3 slots for remove disease just in case. And Dream, I'm gonna need you to challenge your magic through me, so better chance of success.
Urslan, why haven't you made a scope for your rifle yet?
I'm working on that, okay?
Excuses.
Would've
Listen,
been
I
good
need to
recon.
find the materials. I need concave glass. I need a metal tubing. I need a fixture and a jig. And that costs money. And we're nowhere near a prominent source of those materials right now.
Cat's gonna go, wait, no, I got you, and get up and start dancing.
Are you
What?
dancing for money or are you dancing for materials? Because either way, your dancing skills are not adequate enough.
Well, you said you needed a jig.
Nice.
Yes, a jig, the tool, not the dance.
Yeah, so about that that spell use.
I'm gonna be honest, I've been reading manga this entire time because I'm sick in the game and will be of no use, really,
So
until I'm cured.
4 uses, alright? You'll be fine.
yeah,
I
so
literally imagine Arslan just sitting there reading a book, half paying attention to whatever fucking grand scheme me and Jareem just came up with. Just being
I'm
like,
not a part of the scheme, so it doesn't matter.
Well, that's my point. Being like, you started listening, just reading your book, walking away back to the end, being like, I'm leaving.
You needed me for what? Nope, can't do that. Goodbye.
so Dino, go ahead and make a caster level check to cure Urslan. That is a
Next
fail.
Dream.
That's a failure. I
Will
also
you, like, Dream help me?
What are you making a caster level? Oh.
you can't really aid another on this. Like he would have to.
Can I
Well, you did
cure
last time.
myself, or do I need cure light? Do I need a certain spell? Wait, show me the spell. Come on, show me the spell. You got a spell book or
Spell.
something, Dino? Like, show me the spell.
Oh, I don't have a fucking spell book.
I did not have a spell book. You
Because
know
unlike
these
wizards,
things?
I actually can just remember my spells.
Well, then write it out.
Never.
Come on, I slam a piece of parchment and a pen, like whatever form of a pen is in this game, and I write it out. Come on.
I'm
So
trying to help you get cured. Don't you be fucking kidding me.
additionally, Dino, because you also were bit, I need you to make a fortitude saving throw.
Oh my. Alright, give me a moment. Certain things.
Urslan, you can make one as well now because that remove disease failed.
Okay.
I still have the other spell up. I'm gonna call it delay disease.
Fortitude, not caster level.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what? I rolled a fucking 19. I'm like, wow, what a waste of a roll.
So yeah, Dino, you're fine.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! Watch me roll one.
You didn't catch the disease. All right, so
I'm still sick.
yeah, you're still sick, and you also now take some damage.
I know how
Wait,
this
does
disease
delay
works.
disease basically stop that from happening?
Well, it's been a day.
For a day. It's been a day.
But is it like casted like in the like after we cleared out the not the attic, the basement. So I don't think it's a full 24 hours yet.
Gonna be honest, I'm not doing it to the minute.
Damn it.
Okay.
I think it's after a full rest is considered a day for this.
So let's see.
And new time
The
rules.
damage is going to be 1 point of dexterity damage.
Oh, Jesus. That's what I need. Just what I need. The thing that helps me shoot my gun efficiently is take damage there. That's just what I need.
So 1 point of dexterity damage and 2 points of constitution damage. So
Oh,
that is going to reduce your.
I just do the temporary thing. That way you don't have to mess with my score.
Well, no, yeah, I'm going to, but
I'm useless.
it also reduces your. Effectively, it reduces your max hit points
Yes, I know.
because your modifier goes down by 1. So yeah, you're still sick. Now, again, remove disease, successful remove disease will take care of all that, but it's really
That's
up
why I
to.
was asking Dino
man,
to
I
write
have
out
3
the
more.
spell.
Your first spell later.
All right.
Again.
Okay. So yeah, 26 is good. So I just did all that for nothing.
You can keep me at 60 if you want and put me back, put my max back to 68.
Yeah, that actually would be what would happen. You don't just get those hit points back. So
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. I just wanted to make it seem like you did something instead of just nothing.
well, I appreciate that. Let's get rid of that icon. Okay, so yeah, you're no longer diseased, and Dino never got the disease because he made his save.
No, good
Dude,
for you.
baby.
And I don't recall anybody else getting bit, but I'm just double checking that right now. Let's see, Dino got bit, Ursula got bit, and
Cade, I think.
no, Kate didn't get bit.
It was either kid or cat.
I wasn't there, so I have no idea.
No,
Cat
no, that was it.
there. I personally was playing with
No,
puppies.
I know what you meant.
Yeah, no, Cat would have been way out of range of them the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was just the two of you that got bit. So that's it. No more worries about that.
Does our bot work still?
The music bot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just haven't put anything into it yet. So yeah, Jareem, you go about your preparations. You make your bombs for the day. Are you making like regular bombs? Are you making like any special bombs? Just so I know if I have to add anything to your sheet.
I was thinking of making some cocktails with the oil of continual flame, but I need ignition.
Well, that's like part of like making the bomb. Like you know how to make bombs. So
I guess I could just Molotov cocktail it and put a rag in it and light it on fire. So
yeah, I can whip something up for that. So
cool.
Continual flame bomb. While I'm doing this, is there any other bit of like prep that anyone wants to do?
Yeah, I'm going to go into the forest. I'm going to find me a tree of the right size, and I'm going to transform into a triceratops, and then just gore it until it falls over.
Okay. So you head off into the forest, making you basically head in the same direction as the Grull farmstead. You make sure not to stray too far away, because you're a smart person. Just make just make a couple strength checks for me to knock over a tree.
Wouldn't be just attacking, because I'm using my horns to kind of like pierce it so it falls over.
Well, you could do that too. I was just suggesting that's how you do it. But again, any method you want is fine with me.
So while I'm putting the attack in, because I forgot to, I've been meaning to add something, but I keep forgetting.
Okay, what's up?
See, Triceratops has an ability to where if I charge, I do 4d10 instead of the normal damage.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about certain things I can get that I usually normally wouldn't able to.
Yeah, let me pull this up just so I can look at it too. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Powerful charge, I assume, is what we're looking at here on the gore.
That's the one.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Nice.
Kill the wabbit. Kill the wabbit.
Right now, it's kill the motherfucking tree.
Kill the twee. Kill the twee.
Nature is meant to be exploited. Fine.
All right. So yeah, you go ahead and you take a couple of runs at this tree. Given your size and the speed at which you're moving at it, it doesn't take more than a few whacks to knock this tree over.
All right, there we go. Blueshki.
Yeah, I would say that would take out the tree.
Show that tree who's boss.
Dinosaur's boss. All right. I prepared also maximum wood shape because why not?
Okay. So yeah, you go ahead and you shape it into a cart to put all of these supplies on, including the ale as well as whatever Cade's putting together back in Turtleback Ferry. Go ahead and roll me a D100 to determine whether or not this cart that you've made works. It works.
Yes, sir.
So you go ahead and you push this cart back towards Turtleback Ferry. Now the spell lasts for, you see here, the spell is going to last for excuse me. Oh no, it just happens. So yeah, this is now a cart.
Yes.
I just thought of this. They don't have a stable. We might need someone to pull a cart. Dino, you can turn into a horse, right?
No. Not my expertise.
Can you do it, or do you just not want to do it?
I'm gonna say 80% I can't, 20% I don't want to.
Okay.
Reject mammals, except reptiles. Seriously, I
Yeah,
can't trust
it
into
might be a
horse.
little suspicious seeing a dinosaur pull a cart. I mean, ogres don't think too much, but I don't know. There's got to be someone with a fucking donkey around here or something.
Why not just have Trumper pull it?
Just
It's
suspicious, if
suspicious.
not more.
And it might deter them.
It's an exotic horse.
We
from the
could
land
have
of
it
Trump.
to where I use my giant spider skin so they think a giant spider's pulling it.
That would probably be even worse.
It's an ogre spider.
Do they commonly use spiders? Is that an ogre thing?
No.
I'm pretty sure if a bunch of hillbilly half-breed ogres were using one, I'm pretty sure it's normal for all ogres to use one.
I
It's
think they were just feeding their prisoners to that thing.
fine.
It's not like they were using
An ogre, like
it was more of a,
this is
hey,
just like
eat
a
this so
farming
we don't have to bury
practice.
it.
Don't keep an animal if it's useless. It needs to have a use.
Why are you sniffing me? Oh my god.
Black Arrow guys, where do we get a horse around here?
Where did we leave our horses? That is a better question.
They're roaming the
Probably
street.
at a Sandpoint.
Probably Sandpoint, yeah.
Why did we leave our horses at Sandpoint?
Because you
Because we
wanted
went by
to,
boat.
because you wanted to take a boat.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Why did we want to take a boat?
God.
Ugh.
Because it was
Also, to
fast.
give-
We had the
to give
discussion.
our
We would either
sailor
take the
friend
horses
here
or
the
we
moment.
decided to
In
see 24 hours.
hindsight, we should have taken the horses onto the boat.
We couldn't take the horses onto the boat.
Then we should have just taken the horses. Give me the fucking ribbon, you bastard.
No, we didn't take the horses because that would have added 36 hours to our trip.
Why does that matter?
Because apparently it
Time is
matters.
precious.
There's got to be
I haven't done
someone we
all
can
this.
trade for one of their domestic animals. I'm gonna go look around.
I have a water elemental.
Probably more suspicious than the giant spider.
We want to be as low key and we want to make Cade, no offense, Cade, look as weak as possible, so they don't think anything's up.
Cat's like, I'm gonna go.
I'm a swamp.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go find a motherfucking donkey. Be right
I'll
back.
go with you.
Oh, Cat, that's your job.
It's like either a donkey or a horse, but we're probably more likely
What
to
about a
find
dog?
a donkey.
I'm gonna go to a couple of the farms around, I guess, over here.
I need
Alright.
to
Yeah,
make
I'm going
bullets.
with Jareem.
All right, so you go around. Go ahead and make. Well, let's see. Let's have Kat make a charisma check to sort of gather information around town about like where there might be farms nearby. Okay, so you go into the general store and you ask the woman there about it. She points you in the direction to the east, which is away from the Grawl farm. She says about an hour away. There's a farm that might have some extra livestock that they could lend you out for a little bit. Just make sure you tell them about everything you did for the Black Arrows. That'll probably boost your chances a little bit.
Great, thank you so much for your help. Also, side note, why do I feel like this is gonna end up with one of us riding a pig or a sheep?
So Jareem is gonna. I don't know. Can I carry Cat? Am I strong enough to fly
I can
with
walk,
Cat?
thank you.
Okay, if you don't want to fly, that's fine. I'll fly by myself.
Oh wait, no, you didn't say you're flying.
That's what I'd do.
Wait,
So
I think I actually know fly. Hold up. I do. I can fly.
I can also fly.
Wait, you guys can fly too?
I can
Why was I
call
hearing
upon
your
the power of
sciences?
storms to fly, damn it.
Ursuline definitely does not have the ability to cast fly at the moment.
Dangerous sniper if you could fly.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Pretty sure you
but-
don't, because you can only cast first level witch spells, and that's not one of them.
But yeah,
I thought it was part of my hexes thingy.
fly's a level 3 spell and I can cast it, so.
Hey, stop touching my thing. I'm looking around it.
Need a
Alright,
Nimbus
fine.
9000.
Why do I have fly checked off?
I don't know.
It's a good question.
Because I'm a
Sneaky.
witch, and what do witches do? They fly on
But
broomsticks.
fly is a level 3 spell.
Yeah, I mean, you maybe have it checked off because it's in a spell book that you recovered, but you don't have the ability to cast it.
Where are you gonna find a broomstick? This town doesn't have anything.
Oh. Anyway, so Jareem and Kat fly their merry little way over to this farm, where they find a middle-aged half elf who
Sounds
is
like don't have fly. So
tending.
why do I have fly checked off?
I don't know. So you find you find a middle-aged half elf man tending the fields, and you land a short distance away from him, and he just looks up and says, "That was a cool trick." What can I do for you?
So,
You want to handle this, or should I handle this?
no, I got this. Hi, so we've been doing some freelance work trying to. And Kat goes the whole spiel of what they've been doing, blah 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 blah. Anyway, we need some transportation. We were wondering if you had any workhorses or donkeys or rideable animals that we could borrow.
Maybe an oxen.
Oxen would work. Donkeys,
Wait, that's why
horses. At this point, we'll even take a sheep.
No, sheeps can't do it.
I'm light enough for a sheep to carry me.
No, but we don't need the sheep to carry you. We need the sheep to carry the ale.
The sheep can carry the ale.
No, not 7 kegs.
I didn't say it would be one sheep.
God.
Maintain Bob
Can I
off
roll
that
to see
sheep.
if I make
The half elf just starts.
farmer?
He just starts scratching his head, and he's like,
Yeah,
Now-
Oh, I was gonna roll to see if I made the half elf laugh at this conversation because
Yeah.
that's kind of the point.
"Yeah, go ahead, do charisma again."
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, he's kind of just like scratching his head, and he's like, "Now, my eyes didn't deceive me. The two of you flew here."
No, they're for our companions and for some of the equipment that we need. Because we
Right.
can.
I was
But-
sorry. I was extremely confused as to why you were asking me for beasts of burden for transportation when the two
For
of you can
one-
fly.
This is still very new to me. Also, I can't really do it for long because I kind of have to call upon the power of wind and rain, and especially when it's sunny, that's kind of hard. So I'm
Hmm.
limited in how I can do it, and also we have companions that just can't.
Yeah, so what we're trying to do here is transport some ale from A to B. We have 7 kegs, and we need a strong animal to do so. Would you be interested in a trade
We could also do a rental fee program.
or a rental? That's fine too.
Well,
We'll make it very worth your
Just
while.
not
Plus, we're
chase
trying to
around
save your
vigorously.
town here.
We're not renting it. We're not renting it because
We could
I
also
can't
we
guarantee
could also
it'll
work
come
it
back
off
alive.
later when
Wait,
we're done and we
since-
bring them
since-
back. We can do some work for you.
since when is Cade there?
Teleport.
She's there in
Wait a
spirit.
minute. Wait a minute.
But I
No,
have her,
no,
do, wait,
Cade
do we
gave the
have her,
tele-
like,
No, I'm
Cade gave the
literally in their
teleport scroll
head,
to
like,
Shalala.
this is
I
the
mean-
little voice in their head going, "Hey
Uh-oh.
guys, this is Cade. Can Cade keep anything alive?"
Wait, sorry. Just back up for a second. Don't we have some sort of communication thingy?
No, you have.
I could
you-
have sworn we had like a communication rock. Maybe I'm wrong.
What? what?
I think I've been listening to
what-
too much The
what-
Adventure Zone. I'm
what-
sorry.
What game are you
Anyway.
playing? Like, no, you.
Sorry, I was listening to the Adventure Zone
Okay,
before
fair,
this, and I
fair.
think I mixed up my campaign.
Fair. Okay,
I
yeah.
want a communication.
Yeah, no,
rod.
there's the only thing that you guys have is the circlet that lets Chomper speak to everybody, but that's
Okay.
it.
Yeah, okay.
Also, Babu can also speak to Jareem just naturally, but that's not related to this really. So
Oh, by the way, headcanon that Babu can speak to everybody, he just chooses not to.
I
yeah,
think that's what we settled on. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's not too far off. Like Babu actually can speak to Jareem. He has like he has the
Yeah, he can't speak to Jareem. I
Yeah.
think he can speak to everybody else independently of Jareem and just chooses not to.
right. Yeah, we can go with that. But yeah, he is able to. He does have speak with master because Jareem has taken enough shaman levels for that. Anyway, the farmer, again, he's like, yeah, I could probably spare one or two. What are you offering?
Well, we got gold. We have gold.
We have a witch, a very buff man, a shaman, and a dinosaur that can do manual labor for you.
Yeah, if you want slaves, that works too.
Not
Yes.
slaves. I mean, you let us borrow the animals, and then we come back. We'll do some work on the farm as repayment.
Indentured servants, if you will.
Well, honestly, Gold is fine. I've been looking into getting some improving my equipment around here. So
Okay, we can
gold
do gold.
works. Yeah.
Gold definitely works. And for added bonus, I can add some rain to your crops.
Sure. I mean,
So,
you'll
Cat,
you'll
as
you'll
a
be
thank you.
you'll be in luck a little later in the day. It's the wind's supposed to pick up, but
Oh, Cat, as a thank you, just cast drench and like waters fields.
so you water you with this. I mean, you would need a lot of casts to water all of his fields. Like this
To
is
be
like
fair, this is a cantrip.
yeah, this is you cast drench on a 10 by 10
Yeah.
block of corn. And,
Yeah, Cat's just like, don't worry, I got this.
See,
Just
we're
to show
helping.
off a little.
but yeah, he's by this point of the year he's actually harvested a lot of his crops. But all the same, he's thankful to have the help. He says, "Well, yeah, as far as gold, I mean, just you could just make me an offer. I don't really have like a set amount that I want from you guys. Just
What is it that you can offer us in terms of livestock?
I can give you a couple of mules.
Mules are good.
Mules will work.
I have a proposition.
Out of character, what is the going rate for mules?
Well,
What is the cost to purchase a mule?
let's see. Oh, actually, there is something for that. Let's see here.
Unless I would have to roll praise for that, but I don't think so. I feel like that's something.
The standard going rate for that sort of a beast of burden, I mean, again, depends on the person, but it could be like 8 to 10 gold.
Okay, so and we'd be using these mules for how long?
Well,
Well, if we buy them outright, we would have them.
Yeah, but I feel like we would get a better deal if we didn't buy them outright and instead just rent them.
I mean, we're pretty flush.
I know we're pretty flush. I'm just honestly, this guy does not seem like the brightest bulb. So I'm afraid that if I give him the amount of the mule, he's gonna think that I'm trying to buy the mule.
Don't insult our working class. How dare you?
No, I'm not insulting our working class. I am talking about this specific farmer. I am sure he is an excellent farmer and knows more about agriculture than I could ever dream of.
How's this?
Because intelligence is relative.
If you could spare 2 or 3 mules, I'll give you 50.
That seems reasonable.
well, yeah, I've got a couple I can spare. Are you want them? Are you going to be bringing them back, or do you just want to buy them?
We're planning on bringing them back. We don't want to leave you with
Well. We don't know what's going to happen. So
I was getting there. That's hence the word planning.
I think we should just buy them outright. And here's some blackberry brandy for your troubles.
That stuff's really good, by the
Along
way.
with the gold.
Alright, so how do we want to do this? Do we want to do 25 each?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So we give him 25 each and also some was it blackberry brandy?
Yeah, I'll pour them. I guess I'll pour them like a canteen full and.
Yeah, and Cat's gonna be like, by the way, you
Consider it,
really should try this stuff. It's really good.
Consider it a celebration of a deal.
So yeah, he accepts your gold. Goes ahead and gets.
So, do they have names?
He says, I've never really been one to name them.
Is there anything that we should know, like to just?
No, just they're pretty standard mules. They
Okay.
eat what any other ones eat, and just don't get them killed. That's.
We will do our best. But out of character though, what do the mules look like? Are they just like standard mules, like they kind of look like Donkey from Shrek, or are they?
Kind of. They're a bit darker in color. I'd say they're kind of like a charcoal color, both of them.
And I have another really dumb question.
Mm-hmm.
How many do we have, and how many females versus males?
He gives you 2 of them. One of each.
Okay. So after they finish their deal and they start walking away, Kat's gonna go, I'm gonna name you. Or Kat's gonna, he's gonna have so much fun naming you guys.
They kind of just look at you blankly.
Do I have?
Don't get too attached. We don't know what's gonna happen to him.
Oh, I have Handle Animal. Awesome. So I'm gonna cast Handle Animal to see like how well they listen to me.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that. The farmer hands back the bottle of brandy that you gave him. He much like Vale, he took a pretty healthy swig of it. He's like, man, that stuff's great. Where'd you get it?
Right?
I forget.
There was a small town on our way here. I can't.
It was in Roderick's Cove, and
Okay,
yeah.
so we grabbed it in Roderick's Cove on our way here. There was this cute little bakery, and they had these amazing blackberry donuts, and they also sold blackberry brandy. If you're ever out that way, highly recommend it. It was designed.
And
All right,
also,
then.
if you ever need anything that's a little out of the ordinary, just give me a holler.
Yes, Jareem is very good for that.
Will do, friend. Appreciate the tip.
Oh, by the way, you know a lot about agriculture. Do you know anything that grows from the ground that may ignite on impact? Anything like that?
I do.
Well, nothing that I really grow here. I'm more interested in just the
Tim, I'll give you a hint.
crops and produce kind of stuff. Just whisper it to me. Whatever you're gonna do.
I am.
I mean, no guarantee that this guy knows.
Gun, he says. Yes, the beloved gun tree.
Yeah. Creator of the succulent bullet fruit.
Only grows in Texas.
That's actually a really cool tree.
Yes, and its seed pods are explosive when they touch the ground.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Well, let's see here. This would be...
I knew my degree in environmental science would come in handy.
Actually, it's not even like that far out of the realm of possibility that these trees would exist where you are.
Wait, now I'm curious.
Look up
Scavenger hunt.
yeah, look up sandbox tree. Anyway, so yeah, he thanks you, gives you the mules, says
Oh, I've heard of these.
says gonna be honest with you, no, not a huge rush about
Seed
getting
pods are
these
like
guys back to
hand
me.
Grenades.
As long as you get them back to me, we won't have any problems.
All right. But just in case, here's 25 more gold for your trouble. Consider it a deposit.
All right then. Well, I'll see you soon.
Cat, don't get attached to the mules.
He goes
Kat's like,
back to his work.
I don't get attached to anything, and you know that, but I do love naming animals.
You already made the first mistake.
Like, my family owned this farm. You do know I used to name the pigs before we ate them, right?
Yeah.
They're great with bacon. Bacon, pork chop, gristle. They were my best friends, and they were delicious.
So did he know about the sandbox tree, or do I not know anything about that yet?
You don't know it. I was just telling Tim that this is what you're looking for, but you would have to ask another person to see if they know about it.
What if I do this?
Well, it's not around here, so you don't know that it
Or
exists
is it?
I'm just pondering.
yet. You could just ask Arizona, because Arizona would know about it because it was sold in Middleport.
So you during your walk back leading these mules to Turtleback Ferry to the rest of your friends, you get fixated on the just the problem that you think you're having about, hey, like, I need something that's gonna explode on impact, like you've been asking people. And you remember this rare kind of tree that existed where you used to be from. You haven't seen it here yet, but yeah, it's basically similar to a sandbox tree where it's in like thick forests, usually warmer forests. And
I'm gonna look at Kat and grab her by the shoulders and shake her, and I'm gonna say, "Kat, you're a genius. It's exactly what I need."
Wait, no, seriously, what I do?
and you don't get an answer. So so yeah, it takes you, about an hour to get back. You find the Black Arrows and Shalelu are coming out of the general store with a couple extra provisions. Basically just like trail rations and things like that, like just to get some decent food in their systems. Shalelu is actually going to use one charge from her wand on each of them to try and top them up a little bit more.
All right, so I think we're almost ready to get this plan in motion. We just got to figure out who's doing what now. Except for Kate. She knows what she's doing. I mean, he, right? Kate's a he?
They?
Yeah, I've just been going with they, but I mean...
Oh, they. Okay. So they know what they're doing.
Allie said at every point that literally any pronoun is fine, so it's...
I call Cage she.
I just imagine Cade visually watching a dream panic right now and just staying silent.
Is that going to be like the next big character development arc of this campaign? Is that nobody can agree on Kate's pronouns?
Yeah.
You guys just spend like 2 whole sessions just arguing about pronouns.
And she likes Cade and sees Cade as a female.
I mean,
But Cade is a they them, so therefore, and then Dream sees Cade as a man.
I mean, Cade can correct me, but I've just interpreted that Cade is agender, hence why Cade doesn't care what you call Cade.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
This will be the huge character development is me finding out whether or not Cade is likes the fact that I like her based on me perceiving, likes them based on perceiving them as a female.
Panic.
Agender panic?
Oh god, there's so many puns.
All right.
Looks over and then dresses up as well as they can as a merchant, and then just starts busting out laughing at Dream and goes, "Whatever you need."
Wait, I got it. Panic at the gender.
That's what I was thinking.
Panic
Sorry.
at the gender.
I'll see myself out now.
I'm not mad. Kate just starts laughing and goes, guys, I have to be serious, in character. Kate just like, hand over their face, just deadpans and goes, okay, I am a merchant. Do you want to buy my wares?
Try and keep the mules if you can. If they take them, I put a deposit down. But
Kate just kind of goes, slap the mule's ass and make them run the opposite direction. Got it.
Guys, I'm on the floor.
only if they don't accept the gift and rob you anyway. If they accept the gift, hopefully they won't be violating our mules. But you never know.
I am making the
'Cause they're
mules run
ogres.
regardless. This is go time. Kate just continues on ignoring him, pretending like to set up onto the mules, so like set up a little harness so they can draw the little cart of goods.
Panzer saw me go down the floor and came to check on me like, Mom, are you okay?
Yeah, just killed by laughter.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, this is definitely the funniest plan that I've ever seen in a game like this. So
We're gonna do it.
By the way, when Cade said I'm a merchant, do you want to find my wares? I kind of imagine them doing it, trying to be sexy. It's like, I'm a merchant, do you want to buy my wares?
Probably not do that.
Not on purpose, though.
Yes,
If that makes
but you're
sense.
also dealing with hillbilly ogres, and you never know what they're capable of.
No. I'm saying that's what I imagined when Cade said that just now.
Oh,
Fantastic.
yeah. Don't flirt with the ogres.
Oh, anyway.
Just remember what I said. Weak and grateful. Or something like that. I don't remember exactly what I said.
So, Jakardros comes up and kind of just like looks at all of you, and he's like, "Yeah, this looks like it could work or help, or I'm not even really sure."
You never know. You teamed up with us, and now you're gonna sleep in it.
Yeah, exactly. I've never worked with you guys before, so who knows? But
Trust
we
me, this man right here is a wild card. Either he will be very successful or not. All right, there's no telling what this fucker will do. Just trust him.
there's something important that we need to discuss, however, and I'm sure that some of you, or hopefully all of you, would agree with this, but while this little charade is going on, what are the rest of us doing? Where are we going? Are we infiltrating? Are we...
That's the next step I wanted to discuss. Now, can any of you fit in a barrel?
Potentially.
Vale just looks around and just shakes his head. He's like, "Nah, man, I'm too big."
All right. Well, that goes out the window.
Jakardros does. We could maybe stick Caven in the barrel, and Caven, like, finally, after all this time, like, he finally speaks up. He's like, "Wait, what? Why am I going in a barrel?"
So we got one for the barrel. And I guess the two of you, who's the archer? Who's the marksman over here?
Jakardros says, "I am."
Oh.
Okay. How about we set you up, being that you're not really up to par at your best right now, maybe we could set you up for recon and backup just in case we need a little help getting away. Put you at a vantage point, set you up with a longbow or something.
Well, yeah, I've got my trusty, and he pulls out the really nice shocking longbow that he has.
All right, now how far can you see?
I mean, I'm a good shot.
Good enough. All right. So there's that.
Caven just like, "Can we please rewind and go back to the point where I'm in a barrel? Why am I in a barrel?"
Okay, so listen. We're gonna need. We're transporting 7 barrels of ale with some special stuff in it that's going to make the ogres kill each other. But just in case, I'm going to put you in the barrel with one of my tinctures. Just in case it doesn't work, maybe you can pour it in their water or something. Because I need you to, see if they're drinking. Oh, but how are you going to communicate? Fuck.
Yeah, I don't think you've thought that one through, friend.
Listen, I'm trying.
To be fair, I think this is the most Jareem has tried in a plan like ever.
Put me with the recon team. I can slip around undetected.
You know what? Did anyone volunteer to light the brittle bark on fire yet?
No.
That would
Okay.
be me.
Okay. So how about you're with Dino and you guys can double time?
Sure. I mean, we have to harvest it first.
Yeah, of course. I'm getting to that. Which we should probably do soon.
Because yeah, it's gonna take a while to harvest that stuff. Well, depending on checks, but yeah, it could go quickly. It could take a long time. Depends on what everybody rolls.
Tim.
Yep.
What of the others?
2 things. One, can you set up my +1 hide armor for me? Because I have no idea how to.
Oh yeah, no problem. I can do that.
And how come I have a -2 at con?
That's a good question. I didn't put that there, so I don't know.
I didn't put that there. Right now it's back to normal.
I see a -4 to
Oh,
dex as well.
My
That's
plan. I can either wild shape into something that can fly or cast airwalk, which allows me to just walk on the air and either have some people with me throwing down the bombs. I can just use my fire spells. I think that's our best bet.
all right. Yeah, let me just okay. Cool. Set up your armor.
Urslan, are you still sick?
No, I'm just still reading manga because I don't know what the hell's going on.
Okay, you're with the recon team.
Well, maybe stop doing that.
Oh,
We got party
Jareem's
members
been
actually
planned. I'm
putting in
trying-
effort. Come on, goddammit.
What effort am I supposed to put in? It's Jareem's plan.
I don't know.
I'm
you
only
could take-
providing information about plants at this point.
And that's exactly... You're going to be with the recon team.
Trying to make bullets this entire time. Like I said
Make fire
before,
bullets. Those
after
would be
getting
amazing.
healed, I want to make bullets, but that was never discussed.
Who's handling the
it's
donkeys
fine.
again?
You?
Kat, I mean, I guess you could go with Cade and be the second merchant.
Kate just gives this like villainous little grin and goes, "Well, I am so far," and they're gonna go running off away from Ogreland.
All right, your armor set up.
In that case, let's see, I rolled 17 on the heal animal. I'm like, I'll play merchant with Cade. Because A, I'm better at negotiation.
Okay,
No offense, Cade.
but just remember,
And B, I'll take care of the mules.
remember, appeal to their ego and their stupidity. Make them feel like they're smart for taking the L.
Have you ever met a man?
I think so.
That's easy.
Good.
If you feel this after saying that, Ken, I'm gonna laugh.
You know, because I said that, I'm gonna roll like a 1, right?
So do I have like enough black powder and gunpowder and all this other stuff to make about, I don't know, let me do some real quick math.
Holy shit, I have an AC of 19 now, naturally. Let's fucking go.
Yep.
Let's see. Are the pistol bullet, yeah, is the pistol bullets different from the rifle bullets?
I have to think so.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, well, I want.
Because the pepper box is like a magnum, so that's, yeah, it's got different
I
bullets.
want 85 pistol bullets and 112 rifle bullets made.
So I kind of want to send Babu out to scout positions for the recon.
Yeah, that'll basically take the rest of your black powder.
Cool.
So we'll do that.
That way I'm at 50 and 200.
Okay, and I have to do some quick math now as well.
I'll be right back.
I did long division at work,
Yeah.
and my coworkers looked at me like I was crazy. They're like, "You still do
All right,
long division?"
that's
I was like, "I
done.
never stopped."
Okay, what's up?
After you did that, my melee and some of my damage is lower than it was before. It's like a -2 now, and I'm not sure why.
Because I took off your wild shape. Because you're not.
Oh shit! Power attack.
No, not power attack. Well, yeah, that, but also yeah, because I took off your wild shape. Because I assume
That's
that
fine.
once you got back to the city, you know, you're not the town. You're not going to be walking around as Triceratops.
Of course, I was just confused. Like, wait a minute, that's lower. Why is it showing that?
Yeah, no, it's
My
probably
bad.
power attack. No, it's all good.
Give me power attack.
All right, so yeah, Ursula goes ahead and makes a whole bunch more bullets.
And all that was happening while Jareem was trying to sequester a donkey.
Yeah. That would have been part of like your daily prep, like including your spells and all that.
Now I get my spells back, right?
Yeah, you have full use of your spell slots again, as does everybody else. Everybody else, because all of you are casters.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what I want to prepare.
Cat's just down 1 3rd level for using fly, but that's it.
Spells. Hey Tim.
And Dino's down a 2nd level for remove disease. Yeah, go ahead.
I have 4 uses of good berry. I use those.
Yeah.
So that could be 8d4.
Are my guns melee touch attacks or ranged attacks?
Are your what?
Are my guns melee touch attacks?
Pistol whip is just a regular melee attack, not touch, and the shots are all range touch.
Put a bayonet on it.
This spell is useless.
So yeah, 25 good berries.
25, let's go.
I mean, if you have a dagger, you can make a bayonet.
Right, that's on the other thingy.
Okay. Any other prep?
I guess brittle bark.
Right, yes, brittle bark. So anyone who is going to harvest brittle bark, give me a nature check.
What is brittle bark?
Me and Jumper will go.
Bitter bark, sorry.
Yeah, bitter bark. Sorry, that's what I meant.
What does it do?
Guidance.
Oh, and also I wanted to send Babu to look at positions for the recon team.
All right, so yeah, give me perception and
29.
stealth for Babu.
I've still yet to.
Oh wait, that was my perception. Hold on.
I have still yet to figure out what this plan is for.
Well, maybe you should be paying attention then.
Maybe I shouldn't be struck by diseases that are basically incurable if we didn't have a caster in the party that knows the spell.
Bruh.
Well, maybe you shouldn't crawl around on the floor in front of 3 donkey rats.
Also that.
Okay, maybe you shouldn't have a big dinosaur block the path, and maybe we shouldn't have a party member who turns into a big dinosaur and blocks the path.
Stop
twice as
blaming
much.
people for your own dumb decisions.
Bro, the reason why I was a big dinosaur was so they hit me and not you.
Yeah, but then I can't hit anything because you're in the way.
Anyway,
Listen, you may have more attacks, but I have more powerful attacks.
What do you say?
anyway, Dino, you have a significantly easier time harvesting the bitter bark than the others.
I don't even know what Bitterberg does.
Bitter bark.
Can I eat the bitter bark
Again.
since I'm fucking...
Pay attention, please.
Don't eat the bitter bark.
Anyway,
Why?
so
Why can't I eat the bitter
It has
bark?
bitter in its
bitter.
name.
Yeah,
Bitter
I
is
want to see
bad.
if it's actually bitter or if it's just, you know, a name to deter people from actually eating it.
Let her find
And
out.
You do you.
so in
I want to chew on a piece of bitter bark.
in the time it takes for Ursulin and Caven to harvest a decent amount, you find and harvest just about all of what you guys are gonna need. So you'll have some extra to play with.
Let's go.
But yeah, you harvest probably, let's see, all total I'd say like maybe like 20 pieces. With a total weight of like 5 pounds. As far as Ursulin, who tries to make a bit of a snack out of the bitter bark, go
I
ahead.
blame my stupidity on the disease.
Sure, go ahead and make a fortitude save.
I'm pretty good at those, I say as I fail it.
I mean, you didn't need to roll very high. You didn't need to roll very high for this one. So you take a tiny bite of it, and instantly you know that this is not something that you should be eating.
Okay, what does it taste like?
I wonder. It's called bitter bark.
But no, I need the description, the texture, the taste,
So
the acidity. I need to know
imagine,
what it tastes like.
imagine like chewing on an extremely dry like piece of jerky, that kind of texture.
Oh, I love
But
that,
it tastes like you know that like spray you can buy, that like bitter apple spray when like you don't
Yeah.
want your dog to chew on something. Yeah, it tastes like that.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay, add a character in real life. I actually like bitter, so
Yeah, but bitter
Both
apple
the
spray is
texture
different.
and
Like,
the
you know,
taste sound really good to me in person, but like I guess Arizona wouldn't like it because she likes sweets. So
trust me,
okay.
Ursulin does not like the taste of this. And again, you know,
What does it do though? Like, why would it such a deterrent not to eat it? I'm just gonna Google it because I feel like you don't want to tell me.
well, no, I've been explaining like why you guys need this like early in the session.
time.
Yeah, like
I know,
the plan is you're gonna set some on fire and throw it into the secret tunnels, and then the shocker lizards are gonna get annoyed and go out into the fort. That's
Okay, because the most part, the only thing I can remember from the beginning of the session where Jareem first started this plan was to set Dino as a dinosaur on fire to make him a god. That is about as much that got into my brain and stuck. Okay,
and that didn't have you hooked immediately. I find that hard to believe.
No,
That's
that's normal. That's normal. That's,
And confirm, Ursulin does not like dinosaur god.
I'm a schemy shaman.
all I know
I
is
was
that
just like, okay,
I'm
that's what we're doing, cool. And then I continued reading my thing.
I'm sad that Rob has decided to grace us with some comedic genius in
Not
participate
comedic, it's just genius.
in participating in planning for the first time in a while, and there's people that are just
That's
like
kinda why I'm,
are just
on the
like, nah, I
down low,
don't care.
because Jareem is finally participating, and I don't want to overshadow it, so I'm just like, let him have his little fancy plan and let it
Yeah,
go
but
through.
yeah, never mind. I'm slowing things down too much. All right, so
And now that I know what it does and what it tastes like, you may continue.
cool. Oh, well, thank you for gracing me
Thank
with
you,
your permission.
kind ruler
Yeah.
of the game.
Yeah,
Listen, you should have just let me read my manga and shoot things and just stay
Moving on, everybody.
So-
You're reading manga, that's why you're with the recon team.
anime was a mistake. Anyway,
I can't watch this manga because that would be illegal.
why?
Well, what a
Dare
boy.
I ask as I continue to derail the session?
Do you really want to know?
Continue to derail my own
Do you
campaign.
want? Okay, Tim. Honestly, do you really want to know, or do you want to just
Not
pass over this?
not really on stream. You can message it to me or something.
Okay, I'll message it to you.
So
Cool.
you guys
Where's my phone?
collect your bitter bark, your 5 pounds worth. You figure that'll be enough. Bringing it back, and you guys come along with Cade, like doing the final preparation, like practicing their lines that they're going to say to the ogres. Same with Kat, who's offered to assist, and Jakardros and Vale are just still eyeballing like the map of the fort, trying to come up with some kind of good strategic way to take advantage of the distraction, whether it's like going through the secret tunnels or going through one of the gates or what have you. But they see you all coming back, and Vale is like, yeah, that ought to be enough. So where are we going once this distraction is in place? You guys let the ogres take the cart in. I heard, slapping some mules on the ass, and then when we all just go into the tunnels and hit them with the bitter bark.
I say we wait for a day for the bitter bark to take effect. Not the bitter bark, the poison ale to take effect.
A day might be too long. I'm kind of assuming that once they take the ale that they're gonna drink it, because they're ogres. I feel like they just drink.
Sure,
So-
but they might not drink it right away.
Right.
Well, we can always just camp out nearby.
That's true.
Kind of
Hey,
stake out.
Cade, pump up this ale a little bit. Make it seem like it's rare and hard to find. Because if we can just get a few of them to drink, that'll be a distraction enough. Because once they drink it, they're going to start freaking out and attacking each other.
Free samples always gets the ladies going.
That might be
Wait, you expect them to
early of a
buy it?
trigger.
Do you expect them to buy the ale then try it?
No, if you were listening, we're going to gift it to them.
Free samples always get the ladies going.
Right, but free samples would only affect the ogres that walk out of the door to meet the merchant. We want them all to feel something. And I guess while this is going on, I could go ignite what was it? The barracks, the new barracks. I'll go throw one of these Molotovs in the new barracks for, I guess, a backup plan.
I could help you like set things on fire with a couple of fire spells, but right now I use most of my spell slots for stuff we had to deal with today, like wood shape, remove disease, and good berry. So I'm
Well,
not
my
at my best
bomb
spell at
works.
the moment.
The bomb works as it should, then we won't need any spells to light it on fire.
Yeah, he's right. If your bombs are as good as you say they are, then those barracks will just go straight up.
Oh, did Babu find? I guess he was looking for a place to camp too, along with.
Okay, so yeah, Babu, completely undetected, flies around and above the fort to kind of scope it out, as well as figure out where might be a good place to camp or, gain entry. Either or. He eventually returns, perching on your shoulder, and you hear his voice in your mind as he says, "Master Jareem, there are many ogres within the fort. I counted 32. There is a secluded-looking clearing about a mile or two from the fort. That might make a good campsite."
Any vantage points for the recon?
It's a bit tough. You might have to send me up again once we get over there, but there's a lot of tree cover. It might make sight from there a bit difficult.
The ogres looked like they were partying, or what?
They weren't really doing anything. They were kind of just lounging. It would,
maybe they're bored. Maybe this will.
yeah. It would seem that many of them are slow to their duties.
All right. Well, I guess that's as good as we're gonna get until we get there.
Sorry I couldn't find more for you.
We'll look again.
All right. The Black Arrows sort of get up and they look at all of you and they say, "Well, are we ready?"
My best spells at the moment, but I'm down.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So, just for the sake of representation, like off the path that's on this map here, we'll say that like this is the clearing. Like you're more than whatever the grid would indicate is the distance. But yeah, Babu basically leads you guys to this clearing that is here. Actually, to indicate it, I'll move you guys a little further south. So yeah, you guys are in this clearing. You took kind of a wider path to avoid being seen, but you've managed to get yourselves situated. And the fort, I know you probably can't see in your tokens, but the fort is within sight, about a mile and a half off.
Okay, are we ready with the cart?
We're ready.
Is it nighttime right now?
So yeah, it basically this this path that you took to get there,
What?
you reach within sight of the fort. There's a wide valley that you guys traveled along the outskirts of. This valley runs along the southern edge of a mountain range, and it was a trail that kind of went on for several miles that led you guys to this clearing that's near the fort. The entire landscape just continues to stretch on past the fort. You see on again on one side of you are some mountains, and on the other is a pretty thick forest that is known as Kriegwood. By the time you get there, I'd say it's approaching sunset.
Okay, that's perfect then. Yeah, so I'm gonna say the cart team probably should head to the front gates and make yourself known. Tell them, feast on you or whatever. Not feast on you, but you know what I'm saying.
Kate just kind of nods and starts to slap the donkey's ass with a little leather rope to get them going, and starts making their way towards where they're supposed to go.
All right, Babu, I'm gonna send you. Keep a lookout on them, and also tell me if the ogres start drinking anytime, and then we can move on the turtle bark while they're distracted.
Okay. So I'm gonna use. Hold on. These are. Jesus, I don't need them to be this big. These look really funny because they're like squished. So yeah, I'm gonna use horses to represent this, but they're mules. I don't have a mule token. So you guys will come out of the clearing heading towards the south. Hold on, I didn't add. I gotta put daylight on this map. So stupid that they come without it. All right. So Cade and Kat begin to lead the cart, led by the mules, that is just teeming with ale in all these kegs, 7 in all. You guys go. Oops. You go. Closer to the fort as you approach the creek that separates the fort from the bit of the land that you are currently on. There's a small footbridge that leads across. It's just wide enough for the mules and the cart to get across, and the gate opens actually as you approach. They've seen you coming apparently, and there is one ogre that stands basically blocking the open gate. After it's open, he kind of just steps out there, and he says nothing to you. He's sort of just waiting to see whatever you're going to do.
Well, from what I understand, I'm literally just driving the oxen down to their pretty much front door, and I would assume they would respond to that. Or should I? And if they don't, then I'm just knocking.
So like I said, they've seen you approach with this cart. The southern gate has been opened, and one of the ogres is basically just like standing in the opening.
Oh, okay. I thought they opened it from the inside, so like the gate opened, but no one was out there, and I was just like, all right, gonna walk on through. Wait
Well,
for
no,
them.
yeah, no, it did open from the inside, but one of the ogres basically just put himself in the opening. So
Okay, so then I'm gonna look at him and go, oh, hello there. I didn't see you. Okay, I'm new in this area, and I've heard about your wow, you are big. Your lovely establishment, and well, not lovely. You guys are very strong and powerful, and I know that. And I brought these as gifts for you guys, as a kind of a bartering thing. To mean like I will be passing through here with goods from time to time in this area, but if I give you stuff every single time like I'm doing today, haha, these nice things, will you not kill me? Cade looks up.
hold on, just going to change the music. And I gotta turn up. Okay. The ogre, sort of like you can see he's carrying like a weapon on him. He's got a hook type weapon, very similar to what you've seen from the Grauls. He kind of just slings it over his back, and he says, "What's in the barrels?"
Ale.
His eyes go wide.
I heard you guys liked ale. I figured this would be a good gift. Did I do something wrong? Is this bad? Is it? Cade just kind of looks up at them, pretending to like play dumb.
Okay. He is going to give me a bluff check.
Okay.
And Cat can assist if she wants.
That is going to assist.
Yeah, I accidentally exited roll 20. I'm doing it in 2 seconds.
Dino's not here. We could use the guidance.
Only.
Unfortunate.
Oh, Babu's also over them right now.
Dino's here in the session, but he's not with Cade and me.
So what? Babu is what? Just like circling overhead, or?
He's circling overhead. Yeah, he's gonna look for vantage points for the recon team and also tell me when the ogres start drinking.
Okay. So yeah, for now, I'll hold off. He doesn't need to do anything for now. Okay. Well,
Wait,
Cat was assisting, so we'll use Cat's check. No bonus because of the natural one. The ogre, you know, he seems satisfied with your explanation. He just says, "You leave there. We bring it in."
Cade nods and goes, "Oh, of course, of course." Cade just backs away from the cart and just kind of like slowly hitches the mules and kind of just like gives a side eye to Cap, being like, "Get these out of here."
Cat is going to unhitch the mules and be like, you're big and strong. You've got this. This, right? We could take our animals.
Roll handle animal.
Okay.
Okay. The mules, they're a bit slow, but they do eventually follow you. The the ogre doesn't seem to care. The mules just kind of follow you away. Babu continues to kind of just like circle, doing his thing. You guys eventually disappear back into the clearing. The ogre drags the cart inside. Babu can hear him and potentially others begin to grab some of the barrels off the cart. They aren't exactly careful with them, as there's some sort of loud noises that would indicate that they are just dropping them on the ground haphazardly.
Have Kat and Cade made it back to the recon team?
Yeah, I would say by now you're about back.
Kat's just like, they took it.
Thank God.
Go ahead and make a perception check for Babu. Okay, so Babu, the first thing Babu does is he kind of flies like well above, sort of like the wall itself. He sees that, thankfully, in the ogres and their sort of carelessness dropping the barrels on the ground, that the kegs, that none of them have broken. So they all remain intact. He flies around. He sees he flies around to the eastern gate. And then he sort of just like goes all above like the rest of the fort, before eventually making his way back. He returns and perches on your shoulder. He says, Master, good news, bad news.
Bad news first.
Well, the eastern gate is very lightly guarded. However, they've piled up so much debris in front of it that there's no way we could force the gate open from the outside.
Is there any way to climb on the walls?
The walls are climbable. However, they are, well, they're not perfectly sturdy. It might make too much noise.
How many guards on the walls?
On the walls themselves, I counted 6 or 7, but I could hear tons of noise coming from a few other buildings in the fort. Probably at least another 10 or 15 on this level alone. There are ways to get into the upper reaches of the fort as well.
We might have to do that with the recon team. What about the good news?
Well, as I said, the eastern gate is not heavily guarded. If we can find a way in there without having to breach the gate, perhaps that could be a clean entry point. However, all of the other good news is that all of the information that the Black Arrows have given us about secret entrances seems to be correct.
Okay. So I would want the team up high so they can assist and cover us. Climbing isn't the best way. But you said there's other ways to the top of the wall?
Well, those who can fly can ascend towards I gotta find it on the map. It's on a different section. Let's see here. That is okay. That's not the right fort. It's gotta be this one. Oh, wait, what the fuck? He points out that there is sort of a higher, kind of a higher vantage point where you could potentially set up. Let me. Okay.
Because hopefully when they're all fighting each other, they won't notice any noise from people climbing up.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't marked on the map here. That's why I didn't see it. So he points out that in the northern part of the ground floor of the fort, there is a collapsed tunnel that that leads upwards towards a ledge that kind of overlooks the whole fort. He says that it's on a cliff face, so it could be precarious, but those who can fly might find a good place to hide and or fire upon the ogres from there. He did indicate that the rubble that blocks the tunnel is pretty significant. Not unlike the stuff that's blocking the eastern gate. He says that any efforts to clear the rubble manually might cause too much noise.
So who can fly again?
You can and Cat can.
I use wild shape. I can, and
Well,
I'm
yeah,
strong
Dino-
enough to carry everyone.
Yeah, Dino can too with wild shape.
Okay. Alright. So how about this? Dino and I will take Ursulin and what's his name? Craven? Caven. We'll take them up. What's this one? What's her name again?
Lulu.
Shalelu.
I'll give. Oh, she's an archer too, isn't she?
Yep. She's a longbow.
Okay. So how about this? So me and Dino will take those three up to the vantage point and then come back down. And then we'll set up the bitter bark. Babu, did they start drinking yet?
Not yet.
Okay, so I'll have to send you out again. So let's do that now. We'll fly them up to the vantage point and come back down. And as soon as they start drinking, we'll start setting up the bitter bark. So, just in case, if they don't all start fighting each other, we can ignite that shit up and let the shock lizards get them. And then, so who's not going up to the vantage point?
Babu kind of just, he says, is it wise to send so many up there?
That's a good point.
We might draw too much attention.
Dino, can you take two?
I can take the whole party if I have to.
Okay. Take Shalelu and Ursulin up to the vantage point.
And I'm guessing I'm going to be trying to be stealthy about this, right?
Yes.
Alright, then a large size animal will have to do.
Is the ledge visible? Like, is it easy to see from the fort?
It would heavily depend on where you're positioned in the fort. Babu estimates that the ledge at the other end of this collapsed tunnel is 120 feet up the cliff face. The ledge itself rises another 450 feet up to sort of like a rookery or like an airy where it looks like he describes it as a place where there may once have been giant eagles that were like animal companions or some other pet, basically, whether it was the arrows keeping them or somebody else. That's what he indicates that area was.
Okay. So then,
Maybe you can
yeah,
help
you
on
know,
that
once you get up
high
there, let them hop off and come right back down.
Was that Dino?
Saying like it was that high up. What do we expect them to do from that point? I
Well,
don't
that's
think
what that's also what I was going to ask. Can they make them their shots from there?
The 120-foot one. I mean, that's 120 feet is depending on the weapon being used. That could range from being slightly more difficult than normal to very tough.
Urslan, do you have anything that could magnify your sight so you could spot yourself?
Hold on. I'm pretty sure I might. There's a possibility.
Because what we could do is just have Urslan and use Shalelu as a spotter, and then you can use your rifle.
I can with Deadeye, but I would... The attack roll... Yes, I can lock on to people.
Okay. So yeah, we'll stick with those two.
Because I could just use this, right, Tim? It's just a -2 penalty for each range outside my gun's increment range.
Yeah. So I think with a rifle, that's probably only one penalty. And it would be the same for any of the longbow users as well, as 120 feet is just outside their range.
40 feet is the range of my gun.
A heavy crossbow, which at least one of you has a heavy crossbow. I think is it the Cat that has a heavy one or K that has a heavy one? Cat has a heavy one. Yeah, Cat has a heavy crossbow. Heavy crossbow would take no penalty from 120 feet, but it would have to be like exactly 120 feet. So like your target would have to be basically directly under the ledge.
And the gun can't reach 120 feet?
Rifles have an 80-foot range, so like you could still shoot it. It would just be at a -2 because it's outside of 80 feet.
What if it's going down? Doesn't that add a little bit?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be another -2 until 160 feet, so you have a little bit to play with.
That they're ogres, so I'm pretty sure they have a low dex, as they do not appear to be very agile.
And high visibility.
Exactly.
They're big. You can see them
Raylu
easily.
will still have a bit of a problem, but not as big of a problem.
Okay. So how about this then? Instead of Shalelu, we'll put Cat with Urslan. And then once they start drinking, hopefully they'll start fighting each other, and then we could send Shalelu and the other archer guy. I forget if it was Caven or Vale.
Well, Jakardros is the one with the really good longbow. Yeah.
Okay, so Jakar and Shalelu, once they start fighting, we'll send them to climb up the wall, or if we could fly them, that would probably even be better and quicker.
Mm-hmm.
You just fly everybody up into a position.
Okay. Yeah, so let's do that. And then the rest of us will start setting up the bitter bark as soon as they start drinking.
Okay.
Don't move on the gate until they start drinking, though, also, because they need to be distracted.
Alrighty.
All right. So, just to recap this for my own brain. People are going up now, and then the rest are coming after you guys see if they start fighting each other. Do I have that right?
Yeah, so Urslan and Cattle go up on the ledge, because they have
Alright.
the best chance of hitting something from
So
there.
Dino is flying them up, then Dino is flying back down, and then from that point it's basically just wait and see what happens. I have that right?
I'll send Babu out, see if they're drinking.
Okay.
And then, and then once that happens, I guess Dino could also fly the 2 other archers up onto the wall, where they won't be seen, hopefully, due to the distraction. And then the rest of us can start setting up the bitter bark and maybe light the barracks on fire.
Okay. So, actually carrying the 2 of them up there, relatively easy task for Dino. Let me just make sure you got the Wild Shape Large on, so that'll affect your strength and your carrying ability. Yeah, that should be fine. Let me just double check my rules for... Here we go. All right. So, all right. So, Dino, go ahead and make a stealth check as you fly everybody up towards this ledge.
Guidance. 17.
Okay. Now to make a few checks, and I will take into account that they are distracted because of this Trojan bar that's been delivered to them, essentially. Let's see here. So, perception checks for all of them. 4. 2. Okay. You fly up towards this ledge, and I'm gonna put you like at the very top edge of the map here. You deliver your payload, which is 2 of your ranged companions, seemingly undetected.
Yes.
Now that they're up there, can I go ahead and take the long way around so I don't get spotted?
Sure. So, go ahead and make another stealth check, but I'll give you a little bit of a bonus because you're going about this in a
Guidance.
intelligent way.
Oh fuck. 9.
Took a wide path. All right. Okay, those were much higher rolls this time. Amid the distraction, one of the ogres actually, one of the ogres sort of points up to the sky and directs 2 others to look in your direction. One of them goes to take his one of his throwing axes off of his side, and he begins to ready himself to throw it, but then he realizes just how far away you are and just thinks better of it, and you you're flying too fast for him to hit you anyway, so he kind of just lets you go. But he's now like him and the other two, I would say, are a little bit more on alert than they were.
Alright, they know a pterosaur's around. Not the worst thing in the world, but not the best thing in the world either.
No, I didn't see you carrying anybody, so that's fine.
Yeah, Ursula and Kat made it up there scot-free. Like they're on the ledge now.
Okay. All right, Babu, you're up again.
All right.
Question.
Yes.
So I'm just on the ledge waiting to make a surprise attack, basically.
You're there for, like, you know, in case shit goes awry and we need cover fire. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, surprise attack.
So in that case, can I make multiple shots if I prep them?
Don't shoot anything yet.
No, I know. Usually if I prepare, I can only shoot once. But since I'm recon at this point, can I prepare multiple shots since I have a keen eye on everything right now?
I would say yes, but only because you're going to have like a significant amount of time to kind of take everything in and have eyes on everything. Yeah, so I would say, yeah, you'd be able to make a full round surprise should the situation come up.
I can only see this mountain. I don't know if I'm only supposed to see this mountain or if I'm allowed to see the things in like the area over here.
Oh, yeah, no, you shouldn't be. Hold on.
That makes more sense. Okay. Because I was on a mountain.
Let me try and give Kat like a slight more amount of vision as well. Yeah, that'll be a little bit better at least. So yeah, what you can see from your vantage point is sort of an open air structure kind of down here. This kind of looks like the place where the ogres cook their meals. You see a couple of racks that have some meat hanging on them.
Can I see past this?
Well, yeah, you're on a ledge, so yeah, you kind of like look down. Like below you is this collapsed tunnel. Like you can see all the rubble here that's blocking it. But out over it, because again, you're 120 feet up. Yeah, you can make out this. You can make out this building.
I'm moving my character around inside so I could see where things are.
Yeah, I would say just when you're moving your token, just hold down Alt on your keyboard. Yeah, just so you don't like snap your token. But yeah, so
I'm trying to get a sense of what's inside here.
Other than the meat, you notice that there's significant evidence that the ogres are not taking care of this building. The meat smokers that are there look like they're pretty damaged. You can spot like one or two dead bodies that are kind of just lying around near the smokers. The fires in the smokers are smoldering a little bit, and strangely, you don't find the smell that's beginning to kind of like waft in your direction from here. You don't really find it that off-putting, strangely.
You mean the cooking of human flesh?
Well, that and any other meat that they've gathered for themselves.
Meat. It's just a matter of moral of whether you eat it or not.
Right. But yeah, so that's what you see and I guess smell from where you are. So, all right, we're sending Baboon again.
How many of them are there? There are exactly 5. Oh my god, and I have 5 bullets in my magazine. Let's go. It's a me, Mario. Here we go.
So, Babu can make. Oh, as Rob, are you back yet?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception check for Babu, as you're gonna send him around again.
I know we're about to battle, but I really have to go to the bathroom.
But we're still moving people in position, so now's the time.
Okay, 2 minutes. That's all I need.
At this point, do one more thing for me, and then you take 2 or whatever.
Me?
Yeah, you and Kat, actually, since you now have like a good sight line, you guys can make a perception check along with Babu.
Okay. I'm pretty good at those sometimes. Oh, yay.
I'm
All
not,
right.
apparently.
So Babu takes another lap and comes back.
Busy looking at her book.
Basically, everything that I'm about to say that Babu knows, Urslan also knows. So
Okay, well.
Cat sees blur. She could see kinda.
I'll
Cat-
just relay the information to Cat.
yeah,
That
Cat
sounds good.
Cat gets a
In
little bit
gunslinger terms.
Cat gets a little bit distracted by the smell that's coming from the smokehouse. Honestly,
That sounds works. That works. Okay.
Babu returns to Jareem, and he says, "His master, they've opened the first keg. They're beginning to drink."
And to Cat, I say the piggies are drinking the wine.
I heard one of them call out to the direction of the guard tower, as well as the barracks, and I was able to hear many footfalls as the others were roused, and they've begun to all meet in the middle of the fort to have their drink.
Fantastic. All right.
Now, I'm not going to put all of the tokens on the map for this description,
Okay,
but
Can I run to the bathroom now?
yeah, in addition to what is on the map, there are probably another 15 ogres that come out. 12 of them come out from the barracks, and another 3 come from the guard post that is just below the ledge that Urslan and Kat are on.
All right. Hopefully, fucking all that red time was worth it. All right. I think now that they're distracted, we can get the second half of the recon up on the walls.
So here, I'm gonna add a little bit of fun to this situation here. So Jareem, what I want you to do, give me a craft alchemy check.
Okay.
Guidance.
And we'll say that well, let me see what you roll first.
Craft alchemy. Where is it?
Should be towards the top of your skill list.
Craft. Oh.
Okay, so yeah, just because I think this is a really cool plan, and I want to see, I don't want to like shoot this down. What we're gonna do is, instead of whatever the normal DC for red time is, this 21 is gonna become the DC that the ogres have to beat to not fall victim to the effects, because they are ogres, they like to party, they're going to be drinking a lot.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're prone to fighting anyway, so
They most certainly are. So let's see. Let me roll. I'm gonna roll all these
They're
checks.
literally built for bar fights.
Gonna roll all these saving throws. So let's see here. We'll do the 3 that are sort of in charge of this area first. Okay. Now the underlings. Okay. So that is 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. 8. Okay. So out of the 15 that have already taken the drink, 8 of them fail the save.
awesome.
Now, it's going to take a bit for this to take effect, because they got to get like good and drunk, but
Right.
for out of game purposes, that's how many failed.
That's perfect. So they're partying anyway right now. So now would probably be a good time to put the 2 archers up on the wall.
Yeah, so at this point they are all drinking. Urslan and Kat, given their proximity to them, without having to make a check, they can hear the ogres sort of imbibing and enjoying themselves. There are multiple comments about how good this ale tastes.
Thank you, halflings.
So the next part of the plan is, if I recall, it's Jakardros and Shalelu climbing the wall, or...
I'm gonna have... I mean, how long would climbing take?
The walls are not particularly high, at least at the base of the fort. Let me go back here. Yeah, it is. The walls are probably 15 or 20 feet high.
Okay.
So it wouldn't take super long. Probably like a couple of rounds, maybe, depending on climbing speed.
All right. Before they go, I'm gonna say, even though they are partying and drinking, climb this wall as if they weren't. Swift as possible.
Shalelu just gives you a silent nod. Jakardros says, "I think I can handle that." Okay, that's one sheet. And now, is there any particular spot that you want to direct them to climb?
Can I see the walls again?
Yeah, here's what I'll do. I'll move your token out. Like, we'll say you step out to like get a good look at everything. That way you can kind of direct them. So yeah, basically all of these like little borders just before the vision gets cut off, those are the walls.
Okay. And the eastern gate is this one?
Yes, that's the eastern gate. I can actually move this guy back, and I will place the... they would have closed the gate after they bring the stuff in, so...
Okay.
Now the fort looks more like it would when you guys arrived.
So now, just to be clear, all the guards are down there right now. They're all partying.
Everyone who was stationed on this floor of the fort is enjoying a drink. Several drinks.
So there's no one on patrol on the walls right now.
As far as you can tell, no. No one is physically on the walls themselves.
Alright, so let's just be safe, and we'll put Shalelu on this tower and Jakar on this tower.
Ping the first one again, I missed it. Okay, so you're sending both to the eastern gate, got it.
Yeah.
So, Shalelu and Jakardros, they get to their sort of stations. Okay, now, how are you going about this? Are you going to give them a signal, or you just, go when you get there, or, like, I just want to know what you're telling them to do.
I'll have Babu give him a signal.
Okay, so Babu will continue flying around, and I guess he'll get to right about there. And
yeah, if need be, he'll be out of the fight this one.
Okay, so let's see. First, I have to make climb checks for both of them. And... okay. Let's see what we get. Okay. So... Shalelu begins to climb, and she fails to get a decent handhold in the wall, and she just slides back down. Jakardros, however, scales the wall, makes it up there, and as far as his stealth check is concerned, he does not draw any attention.
Sick.
As he makes it to the top of the wall. Shalelu's going to try again.
Come on, Shalelu. You're an elf, right?
She gets partway up the wall and then finishes climbing the wall. 2 climb checks means she has to make 2 stealth checks, however. That's a good number, and that's an even better number.
Yes.
So they both have made it onto the wall. They can see now that, let me reveal this guy he was in the smokehouse. This other one is like gone over here to stay near the ale cart. Babu is once he sees that the two of them are in position, he's going to fly back to you. And again, as he's been doing, perches on your shoulder, Master, they've made it to the top of the wall.
All right, we're doing good so far. Okay, so now they're drinking. We know that at least a few of them are gonna be fighting the rest of them. So the secret tunnels. Where are they?
So the secret tunnels that Vale would have told you about, they are over by the waterfall, which is in this area. There's a cave that sits partway up the waterfall that can be used to enter this way.
And if I'm not mistaken, the secret tunnels are where the shock lizards are, right?
There are some shocker lizards in those tunnels, and there are additional shocker lizards elsewhere in the fort, rather underneath the fort. But there are going to be a few that are on the surface level, and then more that are below.
Okay. So is it fair to say if we smoke out those tunnels, it's going to bring them all out?
Potentially. It'll certainly bring out the ones that are near the surface more immediately. You might have to actually go down below to get the rest of them, but it can be done.
Okay. All right. So we'll move on the bitter bark right now.
Okay. Who all is going that way? Everybody?
I'm gonna go. I mean, the more I guess the more the merrier because we can cover more ground like that.
All right. So
Kate's reveling in this because I'm like blown away about how efficient this plan's going. Kate's just like going, all right, bitter bark time. Let's go.
All right. So like, Cade, now with given the cat's on the ledge, would you have sent the mules away by this point? I just want to.
Yes.
Okay, so...
I slapped the mules on the ass and I sent them away in the direction of town.
Okay.
And I know that they're going to go to where food is, and they're not going to go off path, really.
Yeah, so let's say you make a handle animal check just to... just for the sake of, like... me knowing, like, you know... how well you can direct them when you're telling them to leave.
Yeah.
But, you know, just like pointing them in the right direction at least.
Yeah, I'm just
okay, you know, good enough. They go in the direction you point them in.
I made sure to do it when they weren't feared or anything, so like.
Yeah, they seem pretty calm. They didn't seem all that bothered by even being at the front of the gates. You know, they're beasts of burden. They're not like they're not really intelligent enough to know that they're like, I'm in danger. Not like that.
Everything is fine.
Okay, so with the rest of you heading towards the bitter bark area, Vale is going to signal for Kib, who is Jakardros' fire pelt companion, to take his side, basically. Kib does as he's asked. He's very well trained. Dino, are you still pterosaur form for this, or are you...
Are we able to find the situation? Or even later?
Well, let me see here. So, like I said, the cave to access the secret tunnel is a little ways up the waterfall, but probably not enough that you really need to fly people. Like it's climbable.
It's climbable. Why not? I'll well shape out.
Okay. So, what we're gonna do here is you guys are gonna make a group stealth check. So that's Jareem, Cade, Dino, Chomper, Babu, and then I will make the check for the others.
Alright, I'll give myself guidance because I need all the help I can get, to be honest.
All right, so Caven rolls a 25. Vale does not have very good stealth. Let's see what he does. But again, it's a group check. All right, that's a 5.
Oh boy.
Worry, we got Chomper. He has a plus 16. It's fine.
Kib rolls a 14.
Give me a computer. Work with me here.
So 15 for Jareem. Just need
Guidance for me.
17 for
Bad.
Dino.
Come on, Chomper. Why Chomper's stealth lower?
Let's see here. It could
His
be.
floor was higher. 'Cause he has the cloak on.
Right. Let's see here. Wait a minute. Yeah, I didn't put that on his sheet, but he does. Yeah, he does have the +5. That's there.
Oh, it's plus 5. Never mind. I thought it was higher.
That's correct.
Hello.
So 24, 22, and yeah, just need Babu, and then we're good.
Well, Babu's like flying over. He's kind of getting ready to give the signal once I tell him to.
Yeah, you know, I guess. I mean, he's been flying around this whole time anyway, so yeah. All right,
Yeah, I'll give him a stealth check.
We need as much maximum stealth as we can get.
32.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Owls have extremely good stealth, so yeah, that'll definitely help the group.
He's a good guy.
So really only one bad number here. So you guys are pretty quiet heading towards the cave. Once you're there, there is a very thin little walkway where you can avoid having to drop down into the moat, which would make more noise. And then there looks to be a couple of decent handholds, although the rock wall that is here, given it's a waterfall, obviously it's wet, so that's going to make it slightly tougher. So for this, now I'm going to need everyone to make a climb check.
Even me?
Being me and Urslan.
No. Only the people that are doing this part of the plan.
Just wanted to make sure.
Obviously, Babu doesn't because he has to fly, or because he can fly, and yeah, the rest. Okay.
That's a 1, but it's not a natural one.
It's not a natural
How
one.
do you do that?
It's a natural 4.
You have
'cause-
-3.
yeah, it's that armor check
I'm
penalty.
gonna give Chomper guidance.
All
I
right,
would
so
assume that someone has jerry-rigged a rope around me to make sure that even if I do fall, I don't make a loud clattering sound while I hit the ground.
Yeah, I can just tie it to Chomper. Or to me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, definitely to me.
Windows
Like
needs to
counter-
stop forcing
just
their
like a
fucking
counterbalance.
news on me.
so
No, never.
Kib and Vale crush this check, and they easily make it up into the cave. Rolling a 27 and a 28 respectively.
Nice.
Caven rolls a 19. He has an easy enough time getting up. Ditto for Dino, who rolls a 20. Chomper struggles a bit, but does make it. Jareem with an 18 also has very little trouble. Babu just flies in. And Cade struggles a bit and ends up being the last one up, but the Black Arrows, or Vale in particular, made sure to buy some rope, so he throws it down and kind of just he allows you to tie it around yourself, and he basically just hoists you up like he's brolic as fuck. So he just pulls you up, and you now find yourselves
Just kind of yeets Cade over the wall, and Cade's just kind of like, thank you.
basically, yeah. And you now find yourselves in the waterfall cave, and at the other end you see 2 shocker lizards.
Okay, so everyone just be careful not to disturb the shocker lizards until we get the bark ignited, because once we ignite the bark, they're not going to go this way anyway, so...
Cade just goes, okay, so be very quiet, we're hunting wabbits.
Kill the wabbits.
Kill the wabbits, kill the wabbits. Cade's like humming this very quietly to themselves.
You can see the sky is beginning to grow dark as the sun has set, essentially, like while you guys were making your way over there to make the climb. The sun has set, so like I said, it's beginning to get dark. You can see from the east, or towards the east, that dusk has fallen. The sky is getting ready to portray its typical night visage for all of you. And yeah, as I said, you now prepare yourselves to ignite this bitter bark and set your plan in motion.
Okay, so I'm gonna douse the 5 pounds of bitter bark with the oil of continual flame.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of make a pile out of the bitter bark, and you take the vial of oil and just pour it all over it. Use the whole thing up.
And then we are going to set, I'm gonna say, at least 3 pounds spread out here and here.
Okay, so yeah, you set up more than half of this bitter bark throughout this narrow hallway here, lighting it and placing it as you go. At this point, I am going to need. Let's see here. There is a check, I believe. No, there isn't. Okay, so I'm gonna make one up. All right. Once everything is set and the bitter bark is lit, you notice that the narrow hallway begins to fill with billows of smoke. The motion of the waterfall, as well as a sort of breeze that is colliding with the waterfall itself, has sort of kind of crept in. The smoke does begin to travel in the correct path. However, given how much of it you've lit, it's sort of unavoidable that some of it has also gotten into where all of you are currently hiding. So I'm going to need fortitude saves from all of you who are in there.
Okay. And also, we should probably be getting out of here as quick as possible.
Yeah. I assumed that you guys were going to be getting out, not long after, but just because of the sheer amount that you've lit.
Yeah, no, I get it. Plus, with the vacuum from the fucking waterfall and the breeze, it's probably not.
Right. So. Okay. Where is. Okay, Vale. And. Alright. So. Babu needs to make the check as well, and I just need. Looks like Cade. Okay, Babu makes it.
Come on, Cade.
Is it? Wait.
Just
Fortitude,
need a fortitude save.
Oh. I thought I clicked it. I was so confused. I was like, what are you guys waiting on me for? Oh no.
Okay.
Can we go back to pretending I hadn't clicked it yet? Can we just... We're gonna go with the second one, maybe? Oh, what do I say? Is it a poison? Is it considered poison?
No. No. You are simply sickened.
Don't worry, I have removed disease. It's fine.
It's not a disease.
It's moderate, right? It's moderate, right?
I have to.
Haha! I'm touching myself.
Oh yeah, you're touching yourself.
Yeah.
Now is not the time, Cade.
So yeah, you and you have enough uses of this to remove the sickness from everyone who failed. It's yourself and Vale and Kib that failed.
He starts touching themselves and goes and then grabs the other two and goes, just trust me, it's fine. And just you look at everyone and they visibly become like their demeanor goes from this pale, like pallor and like clammy looking faces like back to their normal healthy selves.
Yeah, like immediately the color just returns to Vale's face and Kib kind of.
Someone doesn't like clams.
Kib.
No, I hate clams.
Kib had kind of been like circling nervously, but he stops once you apply your touch treatment. So yeah, all of you are okay now. No sickening from this bitter bark smoke. So as far as getting back out, climbing back down, or leaping, or flying, or what are we doing?
I mean, I think it would be probably safe to fly out now. Back to the, maybe even fly to the, if we stay low, fly to the east gates. Maybe the
That's
second
why I
half
kind of
of
asked
the
if it'd be
recon
useful
team.
to fly later, because I only got 2 more wild sheeps left.
I mean, I was thinking maybe the second half of the recon team could figure out a way to open up the eastern gate.
Well, as far as that is concerned, there's a rather large amount of rubble that is, situated by the gate, and the gates. Babu had reported earlier, the gates simply cannot be opened from the outside. Someone or really multiple people would probably have to clear the rubble first.
Okay, so, I mean, honestly, we don't even need gates because we have 2 people that fly, so we could just fly in when it's necessary. So we don't need to open the gates.
Tim, question.
Yes.
If I use wood shape, can I make us a hole in the wall?
Well, the walls are stone.
Shit.
Yeah, so I figure we could just fly in. That shouldn't be
Is
a
the
problem.
pile of debris wood or stone?
Well, you'd have to be able to see the thing that you're casting the spell on. So.
Well, my thought was that it's a wooden gate, wood-shaped gate, and then if the debris is not, if it's wood through the gate, then we could continue it. If it's not, then no one's going to notice we wood-shaped a hole through the gate because all the debris is blocking it anyway. And
so each use of wood shape can only be on a single object.
Okay.
So it would require multiple casts, and the debris. Since I realized I didn't give the full information about the debris is mostly stone.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. It made it seem like they had just like random junk, so I was thinking like random crates that they had discarded.
Well, yeah, there is a fair amount of random junk among the debris, but by and large, it's stone. Like the ogres would know that stone is going to be heavier and harder to move, and force a gate open if that's what's blocking it.
Okay, that was my other thing. I wasn't sure if this was haphazard, they just piled up because it wasn't a used entrance, or they did it blocking it. No.
Yeah, so Babu would have relayed to Jareem that like the ogres probably think that they've successfully, like, really properly barricaded this gate, and that's likely why that there was only one ogre guarding it. But that's about as far as you'd be able to infer, just on that subject at least.
Yeah, our best bet is probably just to fly in.
Shit.
So I'm going to say that Jareem and Babu fly themselves out. Vale, still having the rope, is going to basically just throw it down towards the ground for anyone who wishes to just climb back out. He's just going to go ahead and do it himself to get out of there. And yeah, he easily makes it down.
Dream, is the plan for me to wild shape and get everyone else inside?
When the time is right, yes. I can help, though.
So, should now be the time, because I only got
Caven-
2 more wild shapes left, so I gotta make sure I use them well.
Kevin with a natural 20 does the same.
Yeah, we want you to remain with at least 1 wild shape so you can assist in battle as well as you can. So I'm going to send Babu over the walls and see if any of them are fighting each other yet.
So should I wild shape now to get Mean Chomper down, or should we just climb down?
Climb down.
Alrighty.
Alright. So the 2 black arrows and Kib all rolled really high on their climb checks, so they get down easily.
The Chomper.
Yeah, the DC is lower since you're going down and you have a rope, so don't sweat it too much. Yeah, 19 is definitely good enough.
Bushki.
That's also good enough. And then Cade.
Also, question.
Yep.
Can Babu tell me roughly how much all the rocks would weigh?
Babu can only talk to Jareem.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Dream, can he ask Babu about how much the rocks weigh?
Alright, so Cade kind of just, like, slides down the rope.
It's fine, guys. It's fine.
Butt slide for the win.
You are just barely able to kind of, like, catch yourself before you let your feet splash into the water. So you narrowly avoid causing a ruckus outside the walls. Babu tells Jareem that the debris is of varying sizes. Some of the objects are really rather large, but most of it seems like it would just be like it's kind of like an act of attrition to like get all this debris out of there. Like it's just many pieces of things.
Yeah, I mean, to answer Dino's question, I don't think it's really worth it to move the debris. If we have an easier way to get in and out, or at least just in, we could hopefully, when we have to get out, we can just open the gates because they'll all be dead. So.
Alright. Well, to make sure I'm strong enough to... Wait a minute. I'm a large-sized creature. How much does my carrying capacity go up by?
Well, I should have it checked off on your... Oh, no, I don't. So your carrying capacity increases to 346 light, 693 medium, 1040 heavy, lift off the ground 2,000 pounds, and drag or push over 5,000.
And that's with just the strength, not adding to the fact that something doubles or something like that.
Tim, I gotta go to bed. I got work at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I was planning on ending very soon. Just
okay, I'll leave then.
Yeah,
but I'm like,
it's fine.
Tired.
It's fine.
If you need me to shoot, just make me shoot things. But I'm gonna hop off for now.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to wrap. Like,
well, yeah, I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it.
Okay.
So, all right. So yeah, like I said, those are the numbers for your, and this is with the wild shape large checked off. I don't exactly recall what the other thing that you have that makes it go up by more than that, but those would be like the base numbers that you'd work off of when
Yeah,
doing
I
the
have
math.
Ant Hall for that, but I was wondering if.
Oh, right, the spell.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I heard something like, if I'm a large size, my carrying capacity doubles, I think, and then if I'm huge, then it quadruples.
Right,
Ant Hall I
so
can
so
just
so
add
it
on.
doubles, and then Ant Hall triples that number. So Ant Hall would make your light load over 1,000. Your medium would be about 2,000. Your heavy would be 3,000 something, and so on and so forth. Like your dragon push would be like 15,000 pounds at that point. So like whatever
Wouldn't it
your
double
numbers are.
first?
Yes, whatever your numbers are, Ant Hall triples those numbers. But it really doesn't matter what order it's done in, because multiplication is commutative like that. So Babu, we'll say Babu takes one more lap around. Just give me a perception check. Okay, so Babu flies around, comes back. I'm gonna move you guys back into. Well, I'll move you guys closer to the east gate, right? Because that's where you wanted to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll move you guys there for now. Let's see. No, oh, don't want that. Let's just do it manually like this. All right. So Babu returns, perching on your shoulder again. He says, "Master, I couldn't make out what they were saying. They were speaking in some language I don't understand, but they sounded angry. This plan might be working."
Fantastic. All right. Did you see any shocker lizards coming up from the tunnels yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So Vale. Are you informing everyone of what Babu is saying? I don't want to jump the gun.
Yes.
Okay, so at this point, Vale is going to look at everyone and say, "Well, I think there's nothing to do now, but wait for the fireworks to start."
I agree.
All right. So with that, we're going to end here for the night. However, one cool thing for all of you, again, simply because this plan is just awesome and I'm really happy with it. I've decided that I'm going to level you guys up now.
Let's go.
So you're
I don't know.
gonna be at 9th level. Really because I know Leah, I know you said you wanted to go. I'll have everybody roll hit points for now, and then
I
I'll.
don't know what I'm gonna pick yet, so.
Okay, so we can do that later then. So yeah.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay, so those of you who know what you're doing, you can roll your hit points. Jareem, regardless of what level you're taking, it's a D8. And then Cat gets a D6, Dino gets a D8, K gets a D8.
Hey.
Pretty good.
Obviously, if you get a 1, you can re-roll it.
You said I roll D6?
D6, yes.
Okay.
And Rob, do you know if which class you want to take the level in yet, or?
I'm gonna roll again.
Yeah, you get to roll again. You don't have to
That's
decide
better.
right now. I was just curious.
Probably alchemist
Probably alchemist. Okay.
at some point.
All right. Yeah, I'll confirm that with you off stream. But yeah, for now, I'll just operate under the assumption that you're going alchemist. So okay. So let's see. That's going to
This one's
be
gonna be for me.
10 hit points for Jareem.
It's for Chopper.
That's going to be 9 hit points for 9 hit points for Cat. That's going to be 7 for Dino. Chomper gets 8 plus his con mod, whatever that is. And I would just need did Cade roll? Cade did not roll yet. Just 1d8. Cade.
1d8.
Alright, I'm at half buff.
All right, so that's
Damn, y'all rolled high.
8 hit points for Cade. So
Take it.
As I've said before, I put the list of everything in the Discord. Now that we've actually done the level up, I'll copy and put everything in the messenger chat as well. So yeah, that's going to conclude our session tonight. I just wanted to end on one small thing again related to why we missed last week. Unfortunately, I mean, all of you know, but obviously anyone who's watching wouldn't know. My uncle passed away about a week and a half ago. My family obviously we're all very saddened by this, and that's why we didn't have a session last Sunday. But I just wanted to say that I'm dedicating tonight's episode to his memory, and I wish him nothing but the best in his travels to the afterlife. So this one's for you, Uncle Brian. I wish you could have seen this yourself, but I'll take this and I'll make sure to let the family know that I've done this. So with that, it's gonna do it for us tonight. Next week we will pick up from here where this master plan from Jareem has been set in motion as these ogres sound like they're pretty likely to start clubbing each other at any moment. But we'll see you next Sunday for that. And for now, everybody have a good night.
Thank God for
Good
drugs.
Dream, you got a spot on plan. And Tim,
Thanks.
that was a really nice little dedication.